must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast, your bi-weekly podcast delivering an episode-by-episode breakdown of the classic animated series Beast Wars. But not today. This is a very special episode, or series, rather, which we put together to celebrate the ramp-up to the 40th anniversary of everyone's favorite animated film, Transformers the Movie. Well, it's Mike Seibert's favorite film, animated or otherwise, anyway. Is it yours? Let us know. The Transformers the Movie is the whole reason this podcast exists in the first place. And we must never forget, it is The Transformers the Movie, which is really weird. This era of kids' cartoons kind of like that were turned into movies always had to have movie in the title. Like, you might think it was just an episode of the show in theaters. I don't know. G.I. Joe the movie, the Care Bears movie. I guess that's all I can think of off the top of my head. And the Joe movie never even got a theatrical release because of what the late, great Ron Friedman did to Optimus Prime right around the 25-minute mark of the movie. Spoilers. Anyway, Aaron, Caleb, and I started this entire crazy venture back in 2017, breaking down the 1986 movie 1 minute at a time. Aaron's idea to do this was exciting and interesting, but it was also just an excuse for the three of us to get together and see each other and hang out. A vehicle for maintaining friendship playdates, you might say. And most of you listening to the sound of my voice probably know all this, but every podcast is someone's first podcast, to paraphrase another late great creator, Stan Lee, who was actually friends with Ron Friedman, or they knew each other anyway and worked together. So this is all kind of a history breakdown of how we got there, and I'm building to something. After Transformers the Movie, we covered G.I. Joe the Movie, each of our episodes reviewing about 10 minutes of the film at a time, which led Caleb to the brilliant idea of Doe for Joe, in which you fine listeners commission us to cover your chosen episode of the G.I. Joe series for the low, low price of $75, or $80 if you want to buy us a drink and have it featured in the show. When we finished Transformers the Movie and Joe reviews, we moved on to every episode of the original Transformers G1 3 seasons, and those were not a minute at a time. It was an episode at a time. A minute at a time would have been the action of a dangerously unstable mind. And the series took us about 3.5 years to get through. And then we did like a high overview of the Japanese G1 series. Then in January of 2024, we moved on to episode reviews of the 1996 classic animated series Beast Wars. And right now, we just finished Season 2, and we're on a short hiatus due to life, particularly Aaron moving houses for work from Springfield to Arkansas. Why am I telling you all this biographical history of our pod? Well, as I stated up top, this year is the 40th anniversary of the movie that started it all, the Transformers the Movie. So, in celebration, we thought it would be fun to revisit some classic minutes from our original podcast run reviewing the film. So these special episodes are going to be choice selections from our minute-by-minute reviews without any of the other segments we built into the show, like cocktails or iconic moments in the real world or script deviations. At least when we started script deviations as an episode component proper. If you want to hear all the OG script deviations in one place, I compiled them into a 5-part series starting back on our episode number 87, where, script deviations is where we compare the final cut of the film to what Mr. Friedman's fever dream of an original concept was in the script. My plan for this anniversary special series is to pick like every 5th minute or so, which I immediately broke for this one, but focusing on iconic parts of the movie and compile them for these special episodes. It should give us like 5 to 8 celebratory retro collection special episodes for the run-up to the anniversary of the movie's first release way back in August 8th of 1986. And how many times can I say anniversary? Good Lord. According to according to Command F, I say it 10 times. For this special anniversary episode, I started with our episode number 2, where we covered the second minute of the movie, when Unicron reaches Lithone. This is the genesis for the Lithonian space wizards. If you know, you know. And a fair amount of our early episodes were only like 30 minutes total, and stripped down to just the review, I should be able to fit like 5 of them in. You can see which ones are included if you go to this episode's page on our website, autopoddecepticast.com, or check the show notes on whatever device on which you're listening. I guess I could also just tell you, let's see, what do we got here? Number 2, Lithone's 9/11. Episode number 5, Moon Patrol. Episode number 8, Instruments of Destruction. Episode number 11, Dickhead Mountain. And episode 13, The Siege Begins. One other point before I let you finally get to it. Listening back and editing these, we were using a single Yeti Blue microphone set to capture all 3 of us early on, and you can really hear the room. So the sound quality is not the stellar level that you've come to expect since we got a proper 3-mic setup. I thought about not even mentioning this at all, but my self-consciousness as an editor would not allow me to just trust that you would give us grace when we were just starting out. Okay. Enough loquacious blathering, you sockdologizing old man-trap. Give me the goods, I assume you're saying. So without further ado, I give you episode 1 of our Transformers the Movie 40th Anniversary Celebration.
Okay. As well.
Yeah?
Ah!
All right, episode 2. I've got it. And I'm just going to launch into the theme. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Autopod Decepticast, where we provide a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. This is episode 2, where we cover second 61 through the up to the 2-minute mark. Did you just not do the math? I'm not good at math, guys.
I would just say this is the second minute of the movie.
Well, maybe I like to stretch things out. Okay. Maybe I like the longest version of anything. Okay. I'm the type of person that says...
I think people already got the idea that you like the longest version of things here.
Whoa. Wait, are you being sexy? I mean, long and skinny? Okay,
we'll just let that live there.
All right, so minute 2, guys. So
also, I'm Ryan.
Oh, how about I do some intros? I'll introduce you in a minute. Just wait.
Okay.
I'm going to skip over to this
Excuse
guy.
me. Hi, I'm Caleb.
And now you may proceed.
I'm Ryan.
And we are your hosts as we take you along this 90-ish episode journey, breaking down the Transformers movie minute.
It's already out.
Yep. I am so tired. Okay, so this is episode 2, where we kind of open up on some recreational activities on this planet of Lithone, and
that's right.
We're going to end probably with a little bit of horror, really.
Yeah. Because, the last where we last left off, Unicron was closing in.
It was their 9/11. Ooh. I'm invoking 9/11 up top.
That's good.
Jesus.
Inside job. Follow the money. Cui bono.
So wait a minute. So does that mean that they somebody told Unicron to come to their own planet and eat it?
Yeah. That's. I didn't think this joke through.
Okay, all right. So the very first top of this, we continue seeing. I think we understood it as a Lithonian shopping mall.
That's what it seems to be.
Perhaps a food court. Perhaps it's a.
I don't see any shops. It just seems like they're walking around.
They are just walking
with potions and vials.
Yeah, that was one thing I had a question
liquids.
whenever I started watching this. Was like, oh, and this was before I realized it was a rocky planet as well. But I'm like, do they even have silica to make glass? But obviously they do. Mm-hmm. And so
they have huge open pits of lava.
Yeah, pits of lava running through the world.
So why do they need the glass though? Why wouldn't it just be a metal container or a rock container? I guess you could say the same thing about.
My question is, what's up with all the containers in the first place? Because you see all these containers.
What is up?
You see a guy bring a floating cart into a laboratory,
sure.
And the guy's pouring stuff together,
right?
And then Unicron comes. Those fall apart and break, and then it's done. I mean, do they ever circle back on what's going on with these guys with the potions?
No, they're just
So
they
you're
appear to be
concerned with what
you call
is
them
happening
potions.
with all the
So I was gonna say they appear to be scientists or technicians, technicians of some sort coming to do science. But in your world of this, they're wizards.
Yeah, they're clearly space wizards.
It's an apothecary.
Yes.
I like that take on it.
Do they ever what were they doing? I thought maybe
Does that account for the beards and mustaches?
But seriously, all right, the kids are playing. The guy's walking with some potions.
Levitating
Look,
potion.
that one guy.
Really, those beakers don't have to be shaped like that. So that is more.
There's potions going everywhere here. Okay. All right. Right. He's brought the potions.
Thanks for the potions.
What minute are we at here? We're at 1 minute 19 seconds.
Okay, now something's happening.
There's a seismic
by the way,
activity.
121.
I guess the listeners know we're on occasion we're gonna rewatch footage and you're gonna hear us as we're watching it, right?
And just take it.
Did we say that we're watching the movie minute by minute? I don't remember if we said that on this episode.
For clarification,
I think we did because you screwed it up. You were like 60 seconds to 2 minutes.
I don't think
that's right.
For clarification, if you've stuck around to the 5-minute mark, we are reviewing minute 2
And
of
sometimes
Transformers, the 1986 animated
I think
movie.
that's fine. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to hold it against us that we can watch some of this footage while we're discussing.
Of course not.
And if you want to watch it along with us, we started at the very beginning of where the De Laurentiis logo comes up. So.
We're taking it from the very beginning to the very end.
I mean, where it says second one, it is really second one. It makes it just easier.
Yeah.
We don't want to add or subtract seconds.
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously not good with math.
Okay, so
The
121.
Asian Space Wizards. Go ahead.
Minute 21, there's a rumbling to happen. We are seeing these jars sort of shake and shatter.
Which I love. I love this whole sequence. It's so awesome. It looks so great. Like
right.
What minute is it? 1 minute 23 seconds. What is that? Is that a guy?
the animation
I feel like
looks,
it's just the ceiling.
So the ceiling falls down.
Ceiling
It looks
falls
awesome.
in. They're
As
like,
a
what
kid-
the hell is that?
That's okay. Here, let's just get into it. They know who Unicron is.
That is never addressed. How is it that they know who Unicron? Arbalest, look, it's Unicron.
Which as a kid, I thought he was saying marvelous.
I thought that too. That's in my notes. Are you reading my notes?
No, I have that written down too. And what that makes no sense because he'd be like, is he the Marshall Applewhite of this community? Like,
well, they thought he was
Wait, maybe he's the person who brought Unicron here. He's the inside guy.
Bono, follow the money.
Unicron can't melt steel beams.
Inside job. Watch that documentary. It's truth. Anyway, yeah, but I didn't know that. That's the thing is they name these people, but you'd have no context. So it's like, how would I know that? What's his name? Armabus or
Arbalest.
Arbalest?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I didn't realize he was saying Arbalest until probably a few years later. There was a Marvel comic adaptation of this movie, and so you saw the names of the characters and the dialogue, and that's when I realized he was saying.
By the way, Marshall
guy's name.
Applewhite was the Heaven's Gate cult leader who they all killed themselves.
Thanks for explaining 5
Maybe some
minutes
people
later.
I like to work.
You're
Marshall
going to be the
Applewhite.
Dennis Miller of this podcast, aren't you?
Oh, so I turned into a really crazy right-wing guy at the end?
I think it's more about your obscure references.
Hey, Cha-Cha. Anyway, so we didn't know that
Okay,
was a name.
So I think it's safe to say that they probably.
How do they know who this guy
Well,
is?
I think it's safe to say two things: that they wrote in the whole potion things so that you had an effect of some rumbling happening. Because other than that, I don't know what kind of They're like, we're going to really drive this rumbling home. How are we going to do that? Let's put a bunch of delicate vials of wizard potion and then it spills. And then they're like, oh, how are we going to let them know who this guy is? Up front. So they're going to have some guy say,
so it's exposition.
marvelous.
But you don't
It's
have to, you don't
Unicron."
actually, I mean, I guess as a storytelling device, do you have to know who that thing is called
No.
Unicron at this point?
They probably thought the viewer, probably again, they're going to be selling toys, even though I don't know if did they immediately come out with the Unicron toy?
No, not forever.
So
there was prototypes that never got
Never saw the light.
fully
I guess they could have, he could have had the word Unicron written on him. like it's at like
Maybe a flag sticking up out of the back that just says Unicron, like one of those message planes.
Sure, why not? Oh, that's great. What is he, a blimp?
I love you, Sally.
Yeah,
Will you marry me?
Yeah.
But they know who he is, and the thing is, like, the Transformers, the Cybertronians don't know who he is, and they are directly connected to him because they have the one thing that can destroy him. Not to jump ahead too
Excellent
far,
point.
but they have no fucking clue who Unicron is.
So these guys are-
They have to be told by one of these assholes that escapes the planet. I know I'm jumping way ahead.
Yeah.
And and these people
true.
are clearly assholes too.
These wizard assholes. Maybe these
Space
guys
wizards.
split off from Cybertron because of their wizarding religion. They weren't, they were discriminated against, and so they hopped off the planet to go found. This place is like the America of Cybertron.
Oh, I was thinking it's like the Vulcans and the Romulans.
Ooh.
Yeah, everybody, I'm working all kinds of stuff in.
So
Okay.
anyway, I shouldn't say anyway, like I'm dismissing anything. But one thing I noticed is these shots here, they get very shiny, a lot more like the potions. Once the potions fall,
Yeah.
it seems like some of the animation quality changes.
It's something in Legend of Zelda when you say potion.
Yes.
The day the potions
Yeah,
fell.
it does.
Yeah.
It does get.
That-
It gets very bright, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of that animation technique,
It's
which I
awesome.
cannot figure out what it's called, but there's a lot of shininess going on.
A lot of shininess, a lot of layering of shading
Good
and
God.
highlights
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. It looks amazing.
This
These
part-
guys don't. Second 140. These guys
They don't
floating around the
match.
air. They don't look like.
They
It
don't
looks
match.
like a Mega Man villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on?
It's so awesome, like the levitation of the stuff off the planet, the
By the way,
Unicron's
that's-
vacuum.
Yeah, so the
Is
Unicron's
awesome.
like, and
what's happening?
he's huge. We were discussing we were questioning how big is Unicron.
Mm-hmm.
He's clearly like much larger than the planet that he's getting ready to eat.
And like you said, Aaron, you said that you thought that this planet Lithone was about the size of one of Cybertron's moons,
Yeah,
which
it's-
I think you're I
tiny.
haven't watched in a while. We'll have to wait and see, but I do believe Cybertron is larger than this planet.
I think so.
So he's turned on some sort of tractor beam or
Space wizard vacuum.
suction device. Yes, and he is getting ready to dig in.
I will say there's one thing, and if you play it, I will stop it whenever it happens. And I love all the animation of this, especially this part where he's plunging his tongs,
His horns.
his jaws into the planet. This part right here, where stuff starts floating up. It bugs me. What is
And that is at
1 minute 51 seconds. It turns red. It bugs me because it's clearly animated. It's not going into his mouth. It's just floating up on the screen, and that has always
Well,
annoyed me because it's not like
I mean,
it doesn't work.
What now?
See, it's just flowing up, but it's not flowing towards his mouth.
I mean,
Even when I was a kid, that bugged me.
really?
Yeah,
You're a weirdo.
I know. I am alone, guys.
So okay,
We
this
might get some support out there from our
great.
from our listeners.
Great.
maybe this is how you'll find love.
Yeah.
Let's
Probably.
not even.
Lady viewers, Ryan is single.
Listeners, I am cripplingly
lady
single.
listeners, Ryan is single, and check out our website. A very handsome man, very available.
I know 3 ways to finger bang. I like to bring this to a screeching halt.
Okay, so Unicron has continued its approach, and as we close out this minute, we basically see some ships. They've yelled, "Get to the ships!"
It's our only chance.
It's our only chance, and we see these ships. There's a bridge on the way over. It looks like there's 3 escape hatches, and we don't know what's going to happen next from this point because our minute is over. But
Those ships, by the way, I think look really cool. I really like the way, everything about the design of these things I think looks neat. But I don't know. I've always really found those ships very cool looking.
yeah, I could see that. I
I validate
I agree.
your opinion.
A couple notes I have regarding Unicron and the design of the character. So there was an artist named Floro Derry who, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, so my apologies. Feel free to correct me. And he was one of the primary just illustrators, designers for the show. He simplified many of the designs of, and I'm definitely going to mess this up, Shohei Kohara, who was one of the original designers. He simplified them. In his early notes, which are pretty cool visually, and if we can find them, we'll put them up on the website. The early designs, Unicron was referred to as the Entity. Ooh. Before they had an official name.
Like Michael Myers was called the Shape in the script.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
And his design was based on Saturn. This sounds very convoluted.
Makes sense.
His design was based on the planet Saturn, and he kicked that off because Saturn sounds like the word satyr, which is a reference to the devil. Or would that be satyr?
Satyr.
Okay.
Satyr.
Yeah, all right. Someday I'll learn to pronounce words. So the Entity is a devil-like planet. And his notes actually, he did have some scale references. It says that the Entity is bigger than Earth or Cybertron. Whoa. Earth's size is as big as one of the spheres on the rings of the Entity. I'm glad I saved this for the end. I mean, we could have just cut off the whole 10 minutes of conversation. So Earth is as big as one of those bulbs that's on his
That's crazy.
ring.
That means this planet's enormous.
And also at one point before the Entity was intended to have its own moon, but obviously that was scrapped.
Is that why in the toy he has a moon?
No, I think that toy has a moon. That was part of the Armada line, and all of those their gimmick was having little toys attach on, and it helps open up things. And
oh yeah, that's right.
I don't think that's necessarily related, but. What else, guys? Anything else you guys want to cover? I mean,
that's
episode?
really interesting because that's crazy.
That's really
like that would make him the size of like Jupiter.
Yeah, that's too big.
I'm just gonna look up.
I don't accept that.
That gives me a lot of problems because that is crazy.
Is that where you draw the line with the wizard potions and the planet eater?
Of this show where robots turn into things, man, I cannot deal with it. But that,
no,
I mean, obviously, I think they must have changed it later because that would make sense. Galvatron would be like enormous, like whenever he's standing on Unicron.
Yeah. Well,
he'd be the size of Earth.
This is back to my point about scale. Like they have to play. They play back and forth with scale, just depending on the situation and the story.
Oh, sure.
So
yeah, they played. It's well known they played fast and loose with scale. One of the things that a very common argument in the community is that. They want the toys, all these new toys that come out, the masterpieces, they want them all to be in the correct scale. But then when something comes out that seems a little bit off, people get in arguments about it. They break out the, quote, Sunbow charts that have the official scales. and then ultimately it ends in somebody saying, yeah, well, nobody really gives a fuck about those scales anyway. So, I mean, even when we get to the parts, and maybe we should save it, but whenever he's attacking Cybertron, there's parts where he is obviously way more bigger than planet Cybertron. And there's parts where he is actually standing on the planet, and he is smaller than the planet Cybertron.
He really is playing it out. He's like, if we wanted to destroy Cybertron, he has a real tough time with it. He's just like enjoying himself on that thing. Well, that's way ahead anyway. Right. But I love the design of Unicron. Like, it's very original and interesting, in my opinion. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Especially like those, like we're looking at a diagram of him right now, and the like, I guess they're not asteroid impact spots, but like the circles of indents on him, where it's like a lower portion. It's just so cool. Like, I love it.
You can probably put this up on the website, right?
Yeah. I imagine.
And what is our website again, Aaron?
What a great transition. Please. Thank you for listening. Please visit us at the autopoddecepticast.com, and we will holler at you later, man.
Yeah, we'll be back with we
can't end like that.
We'll be back with minute 3. So do your homework, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right, bye guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. This is your episode 5, where we'll be covering minutes 4:01 to the 5-minute mark. How about that? I'm here. My name is Aaron. I'm with my co-hosts.
I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
And
You just sounded like a bouncy, cheerful little boy. Hi, I'm Caleb. And this is...
Okay.
an excellent intro indeed. Certainly, if our listeners have stuck with us, now they're definitely here for the long haul.
Yeah, and hopefully they have some sympathy for me at this point.
You are... I feel like sometimes we do gang up on you and treat you kind of like a punching bag, but...
But no, whatever. Yeah.
But it's not going to stop.
Everybody needs a foil.
All right, well, let's foil it up.
Okay, all right. So here in this minute, well, in our last minute, you'll recall we basically covered the opening credit sequence, and that ended up surprisingly probably being our longest podcast.
It was fun.
There's some credits, luckily, in this, so maybe that'll help make this one a little bit longer as well. I do have notes on every single person noted in this opening sequence, but the meat of what happens here that we're going to cover is we're going to see Laserbeak flying to a staging ground on Autobots' moons, kind of spying on the Autobots a little bit.
A secret staging ground?
Some might
secret
say.
staging
Not
ground.
so secret.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a good point. And an order given, a climactic order given that sets in stage some horrifying events. But so yeah, to kick it off from the beginning of this episode here, we hear the famous voiceover that Ryan, do your best impression. If anybody can do this, you can.
It is the year 2005. The treacherous Decepticons had conquered the Autobots' homeworld of Cybertron. But from secret staging grounds on two of Cybertron's moons, the valiant Autobots plan to retake their homeland.
Was that word for word?
It's pretty close. I think I may have screwed up 2 or 3 words, but it's pretty close.
So that guy has an awesome voice, and I'm glad he got to play a part in this.
Is that his only thing in the whole movie?
I think it is. I don't think there's any interject. The Autobots are now on the planet of junk. Optimus Prime died. It was a sad day.
That would have made the movie
That's his only voiceover.
so much better.
Is that his only voiceover in the whole movie?
In the whole movie, yeah. But the fans and kids will recognize him as the voiceover guy from the series. First of all, I'll say his name. Victor Caroli is his name. He did lots of kind of voiceover-y type work, similarly, and some villain work for My Little Pony. But we know him best as the guy who kind of introed the Transformers series and also did the commercial bumpers.
Those terrifying commercials where children's eyes glow and they have a robot voice.
No. The bumpers in between the commercial segments of the episode. You now return to the Transformers.
Yeah.
But no, that guy's voice is both horrifying and calming. Like, it's weird. It has this twinge of menace to it, but it also feels comforting.
Yeah, like a serial killer.
Right. Great job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
Do you think he was friends with Don LaFontaine at all?
Who was that?
That's the guy that... In a world.
Oh, interesting.
I'm sure they all know each other.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of voice actors know each other.
Well, this gentleman has 22 credits. I had his IMDb open here. 22 credits with Transformers, including the movie. And what I'm thinking is, like, he's on all the commercial bumpers, but I guess you don't get credit for that because he probably just recorded it all once. I'm thinking that basically all of these are multi-parters, so it's probably he did his narration to kind of catch you up to what happened in the previous episode and then introduce you to the next part. So great job, Victor Caroli.
Big ups to Victor Caroli, who I presume is still alive.
I believe he is. There was a rumor floating around he has passed away, but it is not as such.
Who started a rumor about
random
a voice actor?
I will have to look into that. So, did you guys take any notes at all or anything on the names? Because I can just go through those real quickly if
go for it.
If anybody
sounds like you're wanting to burn through those.
Well, I didn't want to. If you guys had anything on anybody, I
really glossed over those once the animation or once the movie started. Actually.
Okay, gotcha. Well, then a couple quick things. First credit casting by Reuben Cannon and Associates. Carol Dudley is the partner that apparently handled that. So I won't go with. There's a little history about Reuben Cannon and Associates as a corporate entity, but I'll just say that Reuben Cannon and Carol Dudley are responsible for casting for such television programs as Greatest American Hero, Hardcastle and McCormick. Amen, with my personal favorite.
Oh, I thought you were saying amen to like Hardcastle and McCormick. Hardcastle and McCormick. Amen to that.
These were all shows from our childhood, so we should know all of these
loved
shows.
Hardcastle and McCormick.
And I
Did you really?
No, I did. No, do you know the premise of Hardcastle and McCormick?
Refresh my memory.
Guy's a thief, and the judge in his trial, the guy's sentence is to the judge takes him in, and they go on solving crimes and mysteries and stuff. He drives a ridiculous 80s red Ferrari. So there's the judge and which is I think Hardcastle, and then the former criminal McCormick.
You could just do anything in the 80s. Ruben's like, Carol, here's what we're going to do. They're going to have a criminal, and he's owned by a judge, and he's supposed to be his slave.
Yeah.
Carol's like, done. I just imagine her as a cigarette-y, huge hair.
Yeah. Greatest American Hero. You love that show.
Oh.
I never saw it.
Yeah, I mean...
I remember it being on,
it's
and I know the
definitely
theme song.
high in the running for one of the best theme songs ever. And the show is ridiculous. I mean, it's basically a guy who finds a superhero suit sent from aliens, but there's no instruction manual, and so he doesn't know how to use it, so he can't really fly well. He doesn't know how to use all of the powers, and he's paired with a CIA agent, I think. They did... I can't remember... William Catt is the main character. I'm blanking on the CIA agent's name, but they, in real life, did not like each other at all.
How sad. Amen is the only one of these shows that I actually watched regularly because my grandmother and great aunt loved that show.
I don't even know what that is.
Sherman Hemsley as cranky. You could just say that anything with Sherman Hemsley. Sherman Hemsley is a cranky blank, fill in the blank, but he is a pastor in this particular television show.
Best known for the Jeffersons.
Best known for the Jeffersons, of course. And also, they cast The Boondocks randomly, show on Adult Swim that I like, based on a
great show.
Comic strip, well animated, well written. Movies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, other shows, Moonlighting, Perry Mason. So, let's see, the next credit is Vince DiCola, which we covered ad nauseum in the previous episode. Other films he was responsible for, Staying Alive, Rocky IV, which you pointed out, Glee, also the Transformers Devastation video game, story consultant, Flint Dille, which we talked a little bit about him. He was a writer, mostly, I believe, on the show after the movie, post-movie, but he is essentially, unless I'm mistaken, and Ron Friedman may take umbrage with this, but...
he's coming after us.
I actually would love Ron Friedman to come on the show.
I would love for him to come after us.
I guarantee you he has a Google alert for his own name.
Well, we'll mention him in the show notes. We'll see what happens. I would love for either or both to come on, both at the same time. I don't think it would be a fireworks situation.
We'll have them fight each other for dollars.
Right. But Flint Dille, in addition to his writing on Transformers, this movie, as well as the television show, did G.I. Joe, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, I love
Mr.
that movie.
T, Garbage Pail Kids. I think it might have been Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the cartoon series. Do you recall that?
I do now. I had not previously. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the movie, one of George Clooney's very early roles.
Interesting.
It was on USA Up All Night all the time.
Pre or post Facts of Life?
I believe it was... I'm just speculating. I have no idea which one it was, but it's really early. It's right around the same time.
So Ron Friedman is the next. He gets the writing credit. Flint Dille is a story consultant credit. Ron Friedman seems to be some kind of legend. Get Smart, Gilligan's Island, Andy Griffith, I Dream of Jeannie, Partridge Family, Odd Couple, Starsky and Hutch, Fantasy Island, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe feels like the asterisk in this.
Man,
Transformers.
He crushed in the 80s.
he was awesome. Executive producers, I'm going to screw this up, Margaret Loesch and Lee Gunther. They were responsible for a lot of cartoons, G.I. Joe, Super Friends, Glow Friends. Do you guys remember the Glow Friends?
Were those the glowworms?
Yeah, but I'm sure that's part of the
sister
umbrella of Glow programming.
God, that's just, how boring could that show, that must have been.
Is it just kids sleeping with...
Yeah, it's like a pedophile's dream.
Yeah.
Supervising producer Jay Bacall, creative consulting, production roles. So he was another person that part of the Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Jem, The Tick. Also credited on the Return of Optimus Prime, the Rebirth episodes of the television show. So that is the end of the credits sequence. So now, just as far as what we see on screen, we see Laserbeak flying from Cybertron to the moons for a little spy action.
So Cybertron at this point was under control of the Decepticons.
Right. We don't know why or how, I might add. We don't know what happened there.
Can we? Was Cybertron under control of the Decepticons in the series in G1?
I guess basically, yeah.
It seems that way.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it seems like nobody was really in control. It felt like it was a
Cybertron
dead
was-
planet.
Yeah, it felt very
It was
empty.
like Detroit.
Right.
Exactly.
Cybertron was like Detroit, but I think there was Autobots that had parts and Decepticons that had parts, but I don't know. But it seems like Decepticons have fully taken control of the planet, according to the voiceover.
I do like in this movie how the Autobots are definitely the underdogs, and for most of the movie, I mean, they get slaughtered very soon, but like, yeah, they're really down on their luck.
I would love if some official canonical fiction would come about that told the story in between, because essentially the story stops in 1985 on Earth and then jumps to the year 2005. Like, that'd be a great, like, fill in the holes. But
And I'm surprised that doesn't exist.
I think there are petitions for it to exist, but
it has 7
that
signatures.
are unfulfilled. No, I'm sure there's more than that. So Laserbeak, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say about Laserbeak, and this comes up later with Springer, but I love in the Transformers, they are not shy about, like, well, he needs a video camera. Make it pop out of the top of his fucking head. I don't know.
Yeah. Like he could use his eyes.
Right, but no. It's just a fucking camera.
Yeah, they need it. Yeah, and they could have done a shot where, you know, just it's red or something, like a red filter indicating it's his vision, and I'm and a little record button symbol in the right.
I also think he could have just like held up like his little robot arms holding a camera. Like, you know what I mean?
like his
Like a
feet,
huge-
like his birdie robot feet.
Yeah, like-
and he's cranking it.
Well, not even that. Just like
a 1920s camera?
Like you see one Talon like come up and he's like holding a handheld like, you know.
No, I want it to be
video
one of
camera.
those, like, shoulder, like, old 80s VHS recorders.
News guys.
Yeah.
Kitchen sports
He
action.
flies back to Cybertron. They're like, we can't use this. They all have just like Betamax.
It's not compatible with my system.
So Soundwave transforms into the playing device.
Into a VCR.
And Laserbeak transforms into a tape that just doesn't fit in the slots. Damn you. That was my Megatron. Let's move past that. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm watching this again, like I'm watching this for the first time really in depth, paying complete attention to it. I never noticed the Dinobots are the foremen in this munitions factory.
Yeah, for guys that are known for being stupid,
And fuck-ups.
they've put them in charge of what seems to be a pretty, I'm trying to fast forward to it, a pretty important role here. Yeah, I'm guessing, I have no idea. I mean, obviously they're on Cybertron, because later in the movie they come from Cybertron to help
They come
save
with
the day.
Optimus.
They're
yeah.
probably Union.
So I guess, can Transformers just be programmed with whatever knowledge you need them to have? Like, put the Dinobots on production duty, and
But he gave them simple brains.
One would think yes, but probably not in this universe.
So we see them. I guess they're manufacturing arms. Is what they're doing.
In one of the early drafts, it says that they're actually they're like tents, camouflage tents over just piles of weapons and guns.
Right. It's hard to tell. Well, I guess those look like warheads of some sort, perhaps, going down the production line there.
Yeah, and it mentions also that there are 5 Cybertronian moons total,
There's 5.
which seems like a lot.
Well, so that is true. They do. The voiceover says 2 of Cybertron's moons. He doesn't say
Oh, so there's
the only
more
moons.
moons?
But I guess there's only 2 that Autobots are controlled. But you can clearly see Grimlock. You can see Swoop. I think that's Slag. I kind of mix up the other
Yeah,
three
the other one
guys'
is over
names.
here.
And there's another one over there. So these guys are
they're,
rocking it,
Yeah.
pushing buttons.
So, were there moons in the G1? I keep going back to G1, but it's like, where were these moons before?
I don't think you ever see them. I don't think they existed.
So they've just decided to throw some moons in
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Not to jump back to I do love the illustration work on both the flyby that Laserbeak does and the camera coming out of his head.
Yeah, the
It's
camera looks really awesome.
pretty sweet. So then we've got Ironhide and Optimus Prime kind of chit-chatting. Or I guess first Ironhide speaks, right?
Every time I look into a monitor, Prime, my circuits sizzle. When are we gonna start busting Deceptichops?
Are we gonna do this every?
I hope
every
not.
Just the cool, really.
Listen,
cool
I don't
line.
necessarily need to keep it in. I just wanted to do it, fuckhead.
Right. So he wants to get some action going. He's looking at a monitor. We see some just some flybys.
Here's the thing about
I like
and
the
Caleb's
shockwaves.
favorite part.
Shockwaves. There's shockwaves.
He's just standing at the window. He's like, I like to imagine he's like, when will my time
He's
come?
so lonely.
So to explain visually what's happening. So Ironhide's looking at a monitor.
4 minutes 50 seconds.
At 4:50, Ironhide's looking at a monitor, and in that monitor is Shockwave at some sort of control station. But there's a window.
There's
there.
no buttons. He's just standing there looking out the window.
That texture looks like it could be control panel-ish.
Yeah.
But a bigger point, if he's at a control panel, you'd think he'd need a monitor. He has no monitor. His monitor is whatever's on the other side of that window.
We talked about this in the previous episode. I just like the idea of him, he waited around for millions of years for the Decepticons to come back, and now for whatever reason, he's still staring longingly out the window.
They're like, no, you stay here.
Yeah, you stay in the tower.
You're good at this.
If they really liked him, they would have brought him to
He must
Earth.
be really awkward in social
Oh,
situations.
he's terrible at parties. He's like always bringing up like weird stuff like,
Hello, guys. What are you doing this weekend?
Yes.
do you want to go bowling?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like I'm the only one who ever wants to go bowling. Like you guys say you like bowling, but then you never go bowling.
They don't want to go bowling with him because he's only got one hand. The other
that's-
hand's a gun.
I assume he's right-handed, so he could.
Wouldn't it be bad if he was left-handed and he has no hand?
Here's the thing about these cameras. Like, there are cameras all over Cybertron. They're looking at all these monitors. And this is nitpicky because we have to have a movie, but no radar or cameras for Laserbeak just flying directly into the base.
Right. Maybe he's too little.
He doesn't
That's the point.
fly.
That's why they send
That's
him.
true, and I said it was nitpicky, but I'm like, it's just...
And how did the Decepticons who've taken over the planet not disable whatever spy equipment the Autobots have?
I assume there's some
going on?
kind of spy satellites of some kind.
Okay, sure. It seems okay. All right, maybe Laserbeak-sized spy satellites.
It's also like in every cartoon, like not only Transformers with Teletron 1, but like in G.I. Joe with Cobra, they seem to be able to have eyes on anything they want to look at.
right. So this is the introduction of Optimus Prime and Ironhide, both characters voiced by the legend
Peter Cullen.
And
he was surprised to get Ironhide. Like, he went in and did Prime, and then like they gave him Ironhide as well, and he was like, oh, I'll do that.
They
That's
don't
my
sound
impression.
anything alike.
It's like you do the same voice kind of for everybody, I guess.
That is demonstrably not true. I will fight you.
Oh, you've already done an Ironhide.
I did an Ironhide.
Do a Prime.
I can't do a Prime. I can try. Listen, Ironhide. See, it's terrible.
Okay, all right.
I could never do Prime.
So Prime is kind of a dick in this moment, right?
He's just like, fucking do what I told you, buddy. Like, god damn it.
But
I like to think that this is like at the end of the shift, Ironhide's been bitching the whole time. Prime's just like, motherfucker, I don't want to hear about your sexy fireman calendar anymore. Just get up and go do what I asked you to do. God damn it.
Why does Ironhide have a sexy
That's just an
fireman
office
calendar?
thing, you know?
Do you notice on the panel? If you notice on the panel, like they've got all this state-of-the-art equipment, and then over there,
reel-to-reel?
reel-to-reel.
This is at the 5-minute mark precisely. There's a reel-to-reel. Magnetic tape is a thing. These guys have not gone to digital yet.
Yep.
Clearly.
Even though they're presumably digital.
Yeah.
Presumably, the entire functionality of this moon base could be accomplished today on an iPod.
Pretty much.
Which, what is an iPod anymore? Are those even still made?
I don't know.
In the year 2017. To talk about Peter Cullen real quickly, because we haven't covered him, and not that he hasn't been covered ad nauseum in other Transformers media, other roles. Gremlins, King Kong, Rainbow Bright, Battle of the Rock Lords, a GoBot property, if I'm not mistaken.
The Kmart of
My Little
Transformers.
Pony, the Predator. He voiced Eeyore, not the original voice of Eeyore, but in the contemporary times, he voices Eeyore. He's done tons of movie announcements, but he got his start on the Sonny and Cher Variety Hour as an announcer.
Really.
Yep, there you go. And this is a semi-famous story, but he auditions for Optimus Prime, and I think before the audition, the only information he had was that it's a leader, he's a hero, and a truck. So he had to figure out what to make of that, and he got some advice from his brother, who is a Vietnam vet, and maybe it sounds like you had to add some color to this story.
I thought I talked about it last episode. Maybe
so.
I didn't, but I could just cut this out if I did. But yeah, his brother came back very quiet and stoic and changed, and his brother told him to go in there and don't read it like a big bad swashbuckling guy. Heroes don't need to be loud because they are heroes, essentially.
Wow.
And so he did kind of an understated thing.
You didn't mention that before, but that's...
And he basically based the character off of his brother
Right, exactly.
to that note, just the strength and gentleness at the same time. And I listened to a couple Comic-Con interviews with him, and in one of those he stated that his favorite voices are Prime and Eeyore, and coincidentally those are the ones that have paid the bills for him the most over time. So... okay, so that about brings us to the end of this episode. Anything else you guys care to add?
I think that's it. I didn't have a whole lot on this one. I will say, I made this note. I must have been drunk. I wrote, Prime's face design is really interesting, like a sick mask.
Yeah, and it moves, and it moves when he talks.
Yeah, so it's like the people in China always wear the surgical masks. A sick mask. I couldn't even come up with the word surgical.
So he's got a sick mask.
And then when I read it the first time, I'm like, I read it like, am I saying, yo, that's a sick ass mask?
So in this world, is Optimus Prime paranoid of bacteria
He's a
and
germaphobe.
microbiology?
I think they just didn't want to animate a mouth.
But they did so many times in so
I know.
many other... But he is a main character. That is an interesting point.
Yeah, why
Was
the
that out
mask?
of laziness?
I think it was out of design originally with
It
the
is
toy.
cool, but
That's
I'm
true.
wondering where the design
That is true,
came.
yeah. The toy was out way before a
All
cartoon
right, who are
was
some
out.
of the who are some of the masked?
There's one of the Constructicons.
Soundwave.
I mean, I think there's tons of them.
Shockwave doesn't even have a face.
It's like a 50% thing.
One of the Insecticons.
I'm just looking up here. Okay, well, those are movie robots. All the movie robots basically had mouths.
I see there's more mouths than masks.
All right, you're right. I mean, there's some headmasters with masks. I'm trying to think of some of the OG guys. Certainly Soundwave. Oh gosh, yeah. I guess actually it's not as a few. An Insecticon has him. I think
And one of the
Bombshell.
Constructicons has one.
So does he have a mouth? The question is, does he have a mouth under the mask?
I mean, according to Michael Bay, yes.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Well, Michael Bay doesn't count.
And
I would think no, because why would he need a mouth?
But when he talks, his mouth moves. But that thing moves.
in the original, so your question is does the movement of his mouth drive the movement of his
One would think
mask?
that
When
the-
you really wouldn't need to, because presumably that's a speaker.
One would think.
under there.
One would think with the mask moving that he has a jaw. But if he has
Presumably,
a jaw, he has a mouth.
I mean, presumably none of the Transformers need mouths at all.
Listeners, write in with all of your theories on how Transformers
the mask?
speak. Drives the audio from their bodies? Why do they have mouths at all?
What's under the mask?
I think they have mouths because it would look crazy without them. But there
he
is one
was.
point that Optimus Prime, when he's Orion Pax, he does have a mouth.
True.
So maybe they just were lazy and slapped a fucking surgical mask on top of it.
On the Michael Bay
mask.
movies, they call it a battle mask. Like it comes on in battle, I guess presumably to protect his mouth. Why that part of his
Yeah,
body
you don't
and
wanna
not
get
everything else, I don't know.
His eyes.
But,
don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, they just call it a battle mask. But anyway, I would take anybody's theories on that at this point. So please like, comment, subscribe to this website. Go through via the autopoddecepticast.com. So thank you again for your time, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
13 years in the making, an incredible gathering of Transformers fans from across the Pacific Northwest. Unlike anything you've ever seen in your local toy aisle, it's the year 2026 and a new Cybertronian adventure is coming to Kent, Washington, July 10th and 11th. Cybfest Northwest. Fans of all ages will unite for the most incredible Transformers event you've ever seen. Vintage Transformers, modern Transformers, rare collectibles, amazing displays, contests, panels, art, and dealers from across the region. Do you finally track down that grail you've been searching for? Then what's the missing piece for your collection? And what surprise treasures await inside the dealer room? It's so big, so exciting, you've got to see it twice to take it all in. Join the Transformers community for Community Night on Friday, July 10th. Featuring a People's Choice G1 episode screening, a Transformers-themed game show, raffles, giveaways, pizza, and hanging out with fellow Transformers fans. Then continue the adventure Saturday at Sidefest Northwest. Celebrate everything Transformers with fans young and old, new and long time. Escape into fantasy this summer, into the incredible Cybertronian adventure, Sidefest Northwest. Don't miss it. July 10th and 11th in Kent, Washington. Register now at sidefestnw.com.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the Autopod Decepticast, your minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 animated Transformers movie. Getting a little sexy with the intro. Trying to switch it up a little bit. This is...
Sorry for all you ladies who just came in your pants.
I mean, I know that's not what you came here for, but I hope it's what you got out of it.
It sets the mood for the love that we feel this minute, right?
Yeah, this is a really sexy minute.
We got to try and tone down the, ourselves, because this is a somber episode.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty stoked about it.
This is
pretty awesome.
You can't see the disgusting smile on Caleb's face.
I almost look like Megatron at the end of the last minute.
Callbacks.
This is Aaron speaking.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Caleb.
And we will walk you through this this tender. I don't know if tender is the right word.
I mean, oh boy, it's a fucking bummer.
With
guys.
tenderness, we'll try and walk you through this minute, which would be minute 8 of Transformers.
Minute
the
7
movie.
to 8.
Okay, 7 to 8. Maybe that's how we need to do it. 7 to 8. Minute 7 to 8. That's easy.
We nailed it.
7 to 8.
Eight episodes in, we figured it out.
Can you say it covers the 7th minute?
Oh.
It is, I mean, it does cover the 7th minute.
Also another way to say that. It's the scene where, all the Autobots die.
Not all of them, but
I know.
All of them in the scene
shuttle.
die.
they get their butts.
There's not an Autobot in the scene that doesn't
They
die.
all die. And I mean, do we want to list which ones die right off the bat, or do you want to play? You want to do a play-by-play?
We can get to it, but I will say this: when I was watching this scene for the preparation for the podcast, I'm like, oh, this is the Autobots Columbine. So Megatron is Eric Harris and Starscream is Dennis Klebold. That's what I was thinking while I was watching this.
I don't like that.
But
Why?
wait a minute. But a whole army goes into the ship.
Up Columbine.
I mean, you don't like
That
me
would be-
invoking Columbine?
It would be more like if all the students of Columbine High School ganged up together and then killed Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris.
Opposite.
I was really happy
And
with this analogy.
And it would be,
I don't think anybody's happy with this analogy.
Apparently, I'm on my own.
and also it's like they kill them on a spaceship. They don't kill them in a classroom.
I think you may be being a little too literal, but yes, okay, there's where it falls apart. I will give you that.
Okay, so it starts
Megatron
off
smirking.
Yeah, it starts off with the immortal line. Well, you do it. You do your best, Welker.
More than you imagine, Optimus Prime. That's not a very good Megatron.
But in response to them reading or hearing the recording that Laserbeak got of Optimus being optimistic, saying we'll need lots of luck.
Little Energon and a lot of luck, yes.
And they aren't nice.
And in I'm going to bring up the original, one of the early scripts a couple of times, but it occurred to me in watching this because in one of the earlier scripts it says that they're hiding behind an asteroid and waiting for the shuttle to pass, and then the Decepticons swarm on it. And it does occur to me that they do not have a ship, and they just show up out of nowhere. So that must have just been something that ended up on the cutting room floor. They just never animated it.
Decepticons can fly.
Yeah, but again, they're catching a shuttle.
But also in space, I guess can't they all fly if they have packs that can propel them?
Well,
in the
that's the.
right
this
direction?
gets into something. Decepticons could fly. Autobots cannot.
As a general rule,
I was
guess.
always like, what's up with that?
They can only fly with jetpacks. Like, who's it? Sideswipe and what's his brother's name?
Sunstreaker.
Sunstreaker. Yeah, they can fly, but they have jetpacks.
Why can Decepticons fly and Autobots can't fly?
I wish I.
Why can't the Autobots
I
take
should have
on that
watched
technology?
It would be nice to watch the episodes. There are episodes that break down. I don't know if they break down the why, but they do break down that, like, the young Orion Pax pre-Optimus Prime was so starry-eyed about meeting Megatron for the first time because and flight was a part of, like, the fact that they could fly was
That's
a
a great
part
episode.
of it.
There are original episodes of the first couple seasons where even I think it's Starscream, it's one of the Seekers says Autobots can't fly.
Right, yeah. They're just letting you know.
So they're flying around in their ship, and of course the Decepticons can just fly up
To their ship, yeah.
And
even though this is a
literally-
interstellar traveling ship,
Right.
I guess they have an interstellar.
And they also didn't, it's not like they got a jump on them. That ship had already left.
No, they apparently they can fly super fast. Too.
Right.
So they bust up, then literally tear a hole in the side of the ship and jump on board.
Here's what I think I figured it out, guys. Here, I solved it. The shuttle is capable of long distance flight, but it's slow because they're going to pick up energy. It's a cargo vessel. The Decepticons aren't that far from Cybertron, so they can get there quicker since they're in their small form, but they wouldn't be able to have sustained flight to a long distance location.
Apparently, the ship doesn't have any sort of like
Radar
or
they're too small.
ability to detect anything going on outside of the ship.
They're too small, but recognizing the fact that they're as big as like a totally detectable thing.
They are literally planes, so
They got to get on the ship somehow.
So there's this huge explosion, and I'm sure, Ryan, you probably have notes about the science of this and how, like, why is all
Why
that
is it
debris
not
not just
sucked
getting
out?
sucked right out? In fact, why isn't everybody just getting sucked right out of this
I think it's because
shuttle?
there's no the Transformers don't need oxygen, because if you notice on Cybertron, Spike is in a suit, implying that he can't breathe without that suit.
All right.
So I think it's just the vacuum inside. Granted, we're hearing sounds.
See?
You're saying there is no oxygen.
The vacuum
There's no
doesn't happen
atmosphere.
because the pressure, there's no pressure different.
Correct. That's what I think. Even though we're hearing sounds, but you got to hear sounds. It's a movie. I mean,
Yeah.
But then why wouldn't? But there, and I guess you could argue that there's some sort of fake gravity going on. But
yeah.
What I like is how they blow a big hole in the ship.
And then rip through it.
And then Megatron decides to find another part to rip through.
I know, yeah.
Well, there's
And
also
what is that? Is that like ventilation? Which we'd already discussed. There's not really a need for ventilation.
Yeah, and maybe it could be dust, but there shouldn't be smoke because you can't have an explosion, a combustion explosion without
Hey,
oxygen.
Bust right in.
So it is real home invasion shit.
Yeah.
By the way, that a couple things. And it starts really with that part of Megatron saying more than you imagine Optimus Prime is where I sort of thought that they just nailed the character designs by this time, especially Megatron just looked so good. Like he just looked perfectly drawn at that point in time. Like his proportion, like there's parts in the series where his face is kind of long. He's got one of these foot face things happening.
Yeah.
But they've kind of figured out like a squared jaw look for his head and helmet and all that. And it just like they finally kind of at this point where had nailed the designs, I think, really well. Okay, so now they're on the ship.
And who exactly are we looking at? We got Starscream, we got Megatron, we got the Constructicons.
There's also some of the Conehead Seekers. All the Conehead Seekers are there with them.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, that's you didn't know that?
Terrible name.
That is community vernacular.
They bust on. And who's on the ship here that's going to try to...
The Autobots?
Yeah.
Brawn, Ratchet, Ironhide, Prowl, right?
That's correct.
Some of our old classic G1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about Brawn, but I like the other characters a lot.
Yeah.
And then I get to watch them slaughtered.
I'm about to buy a third-party version of Brawn. It looks pretty awesome.
I get it. You're better than me.
I'm just saying he's a good. I like Brawn. but
I never really cared
as a
for him as a
character,
character.
he's a tough guy.
He seems like a dick.
Okay. Fuck that guy.
Oh, he's getting ready to die. So,
But he's the first one to run at him.
Yep.
Go
I
ahead.
just thought of this, but I did remember Brawn actually does pull Prime's trailer in one episode.
That's Huffer.
Oh,
that's
damn
Huffer.
it.
Dude,
Fuck.
my first Transformer that I have... No, I owned Soundwave and then bought Huffer.
Huffer was
And then you
also-
lost him.
And then I lost Huffer in the yard for a few years and found him again.
Do you still have that?
It's
Yeah,
down
it's
here.
Right over here. Oh, good. Over here. It's right over here on the shelf.
Awesome.
I have Caleb's. All of Caleb's Transformers are technically in my collection
I
now.
don't have them.
I took some pictures today. We can put it on the Facebook or the Instagram.
So Megatron's mouth is really big.
Yeah, his face in this scene is weird when he's saying die.
Autobot.
Yeah, and he turns into the
Nailed
gun,
it.
and then the awesome kick-ass music starts, which
Yeah.
really makes for a, like a. I mean, Yes, and you know what? As much as he hates Starscream, he lets Starscream pull his trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds filthy.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Very frequently, Starscream is the trigger man with Megatron, which is pretty weird because he doesn't trust Starscream.
He trusts him enough to let him pull the trigger on his...
Which we all agree is his dick.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, if you're...
Like, literally in the first generation toy, it's his dick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, there's something going on there.
I guarantee there's slash fiction for Starscream and Megatron.
Oh, why not?
I think I really like, and again, I'm on record as not really being a hard rock or heavy metal guy, but I really like the music in this scene, which is done by the band's called NRG, and this is, as far as I can tell, their only claim to fame. But I did, in researching, find that there's a Vince DiCola original score for this scene that is an alternative music, which I watched, and I'll just show you guys. If you guys at home, if you just search on YouTube Transformers the movie Shuttle Attack Vince DiCola, it'll come up. It's like
let's load it up on our website too for people.
Okay, I'll put a link on that.
This is
What?
That's the song.
This is the ad.
It's a club mix.
It's like do da do da do.
That sounds DiCola-esque.
Oh, it even has the.
I think they use this exact same music later in the movie. Maybe it was just placement music till they got the...
Yeah, it's still pretty intense. It works. Like you said,
Controversially, I think it does not work.
you like? I mean, I like what they went with better.
Anyway,
The rock band, NRG.
I will say this, and you are in the majority of, and I don't understand this, but like all of the comments are like, oh, the Vince DiCola score is so much better, and I don't agree at all. Like, I think the hard rock version is like it makes the thing feel more suspenseful, more energetic,
Sinister, even.
Yeah. There's an energy
there.
to it that's much more
what?
hostile. Energy? What?
I'm assuming that NRG is supposed to stand for energy. I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, energy.
I looked them up. I couldn't find any acronym or any sense of what that's an acronym
They appear
for.
to be like really. I don't. There's. It seems like they might be made up because I can't find anything about this band.
Well, I learned that they've opened up for such bands as the Goo Goo Dolls, Extreme, Joan Jett, UFO, Blue Oyster Cult, Judas Priest. But yeah, to your point,
That's a big span, actually.
it is true. But to your point, I think this is their claim to fame: is that they were on this soundtrack. This is it.
Yeah.
So they're the music that the Decepticons listen to while they're busting.
They were getting amped,
And this
before they took over the shuttle.
Yeah.
This song is called "Instruments of Destruction." That is their song. That I think it works a lot better than the DiCola score.
I
like it.
could take it or leave it. I think that it fits it fits the scene perfectly, just because of the menace behind it. But I don't love the song on its own merit. I only love it in the context of this movie. So okay, Braun, pretty nasty shot right there. He's like still sparking and robo bleeding through his back there. Mm-hmm. I like how Starscream then kind of takes aim and he's sort of like, who's next? What's the next shot to take here?
They really are bad at taking cover, the Autobots. Like, get behind that chair, buddy.
Right, yeah. I mean, Prowl's shot, and they're not great shots either.
Also, though, we paused it right here at 7 minutes, 37 seconds. What is his name? I can't remember.
That is...
Conehead?
That's one of the Coneheads. That's not Ramjet.
No.
I think it is Dirge.
It might be Dirge. He looks... What is he doing?
He's like outside of the ship, kind
He's
of.
just like... He looks like he's planking out in outer space.
He's just floating there.
Yeah. So Prowl gets off one shot.
Right.
And then the Constructicons cut him to pieces. Pretty gruesome death, smoke pouring out of his mouth.
So yeah, let's see here. So that is, if I'm not mistaken, I think I took this in my notes. That's Scavenger that takes that shot, and just one shot.
He gets hit a couple times, but
It was like one shot for me on that one, but and it goes
so.
through the front, out the back,
I remember even as a kid being like, they died really easily
and after all the shots they would take
in the cartoon. Yeah.
on the show. So this one to me is probably the most gruesome death of just a standard character
the
in
mouth
the movie.
and the
The
mouth.
eyes,
Well,
yeah.
and also, yeah, the mouth, the eyes, his face just like is like goes from like just turns into anguish. And
Yeah. I guess that they're setting a precedent here with the way he dies. Where like they're saying, okay, viewers, this is real. This is like,
Hunker down, because
yeah, you're in for some. You're into seeing. some death.
Soundwave's here too. I saw.
Soundwave was there.
Yeah, he was in the background, I think.
So we say hunker down, but it never really gets worse than this scene. I mean,
I don't
Optimus
know.
Prime dies, but
I feel like the way that Ratchet and Ironhide die, Ironhide in particular in our next episode, is pretty bad.
sure.
It's not gruesome, I guess. Just emotionally, it's rough.
So Ratchet and Ironhide, speaking of, they get out of their chairs and take some or not well placed shots. And the guys are dodging. So I was thinking of this earlier, like who kills who? So my guess is that Starscream being on technically that side of the ship, these Constructicons being on this side of the ship, that I'm guessing Starscream pins down Ironhide and the Constructicons pin down Ratchet here. But then you see that, but then you see Starscream and Megatron finishing the job.
Yeah.
It's like back and to the left. Back and to the left.
They're gonna jump
Watching
all
this
over
is
your
hard
head,
for me
Jimbo.
still.
It's rough. It's real rough. Like, yeah, I mean, ugh.
And then Megatron transforms out of Starscream's hands, and that is really the end of that.
Now,
So what have we learned here? That Transformers can die
Right.
and more.
I mean, I think we always knew that. We just never saw it.
Yeah, but then watching this for the first time, like you saw that and you're like, oh shit, like this is new territory.
so and then like this movie,
It was brutal.
Almost none of the Decepticons die permanently in this movie. But it's a fucking Autobot snuff film. They never come back. I mean, except for Prime comes back later. But
Hey.
So can we? So in essence, is Hasbro saying we need to get rid of a bunch of Autobots and introduce a bunch of new Autobots, and we're not really cared about reintroducing that many new Decepticons?
well, they do
Why?
introduce new Decepticons because they don't die permanently. The reason is they're transformed by Unicron.
Right.
But let me think about that a second. I mean, they introduce a slew of new Autobots,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Ultra Magnus, Blur, Springer, Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime, Cup, Wheelie, Junkions,
RC.
It had to be a conscious decision to say we don't want to kill Megatron. We want to turn him into a new incarnation of himself.
I mean, I guess from a product development standpoint, it doesn't really matter. Either
No.
way, you're going to come out with a new product to replace the old one.
Yeah.
But there's only three new bad guys introduced in this movie, unless I'm missing something. That would be Megatron,
Cyclonus, and Scourge.
But they were all made.
And
from
then like the Insecticons turn into
Right.
sweeps and stuff.
So
right. But I'm just I'm
true.
surprised they didn't make more bad guys.
maybe it's a continuity. Maybe it's like evil is evil, and we in a way that's like evil's the same. Equal continuity of that, but there's new people that are good guys. We pass on the mantle of responsibility to keep that evil under control.
That's exactly what they were thinking.
Ron Friedman, Flint,
that's a-
Deep. I think they were thinking we're gonna sell some fucking toys.
Ron Friedman, Flint Dilley, and Nelson Shin. When you guys come on to the
would like to
podcast,
know
we'll
more
talk
about
about it. We are going to talk about what is the metaphors that
why
are driving
treat
the story of
Decepticons
this
differently
movie.
than the Autobots.
Speaking of Ron Friedman, this was what I think it was one of his really early scripts. If you can believe it, the deaths of the Autobots in the original script are much more brutal in this scene. Prowl is literally melted into scrap by Scavenger. And then Ironhide and Ratchet in that scene get shot so much they, quote, are fused together, then blasted apart and fall in smoking, glowing fragments, unquote.
they fused together.
That's horrible.
So I read that same tidbit and I read a little bit further, but there still is the scene where where Ironhide reaches up and says no, which doesn't make sense in the context of
doesn't
that
make any sense.
death. But But anyway, yeah. Also, another script deviation, at least on the version of we need to get in sync on the versions of the script we're looking at. There's no scene where Laserbeak reports back. Like, he doesn't report back, show back up and report back. He just, in the early script, you see him fly away from the Autobot moon base, and then it dissolves to this scene, essentially.
That's not...
Implying that...
Well, implying...
Like, he's going to go tell them, and they're going to do something about it.
That meeting takes place off camera. I think that adding that scene, though, really works a lot better because you get reintroduced to the characters, and like you said, you get an automatic understanding of how the dynamic of these people work.
I know that some things have never changed. Like Megatron instantly is just like shitting on Starscream from the beginning.
Yeah.
You just wanted to bring that back up. You just don't feel like we covered it well enough. All right, everybody, this is a TF podcast rewind. All right, hey everybody, this is episode 7. Talking about minutes 6 to 7. We got Laserbeak flying back to Decepticon headquarters. Oh, the first thing that Megatron says is gives a dig at Starscream. It's like some of my other warriors.
You never fail me.
Oh man, Caleb, do you
want to talk about that?
I don't know why I do this.
All right, and that was the official Transformers Autopod Decepticast rewind.
Oh, that's annoying for some people. Some people hated that. All right.
At least 1/3 of us hated that. I'm really sorry, Caleb. But to your point. You're right, though. I mean, I think you had to reestablish this Autobot Decepticon dynamic before you could jump straight into these robots coming on board the ship and slaughtering everybody.
Yeah, that's a real, that can't be the first time you see it, because then they're just, they're non-characters.
Screw you guys.
The look on your face is so angry right now.
We waited an hour and a half for Aaron to show up, and Caleb, this is what you get. Are you coming back next week?
Yes, I'm coming.
Caleb.
No, I won't. I'll be out of town.
Oh, that's right.
Caleb,
bank some of these.
when you first saw this scene as a kid, do you remember any emotions, any feelings?
Because at that point in time, I was still dwelling on how Megatron was insulting Starscream from the minute earlier.
Couldn't get past it.
Couldn't get past it.
I just shut the movie off after that.
At that point.
Like, come on, guys. It's been, it's the year 2005. It's been 20 fucking years. Kiss and make up already.
You can't get past this?
Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
I mean, how would you feel if your boss insulted you and then turned into a gun and let you shoot him with your hand? It'd be kind of confusing.
That's some real mixed messages.
Yeah, it's really confusing. I was just like overwhelmed by the fact that it was just new territory. They crossed a line in this scene that they had never crossed before, and that is death.
Yeah, shit got real. I mean,
and graphic.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're robots. Yeah. There's no blood or organs.
No, but there's suffering. You can see the suffering.
Yeah. I feel like it made me sick. I feel like I remember feeling sick when I watched it. Yeah.
The lights came, smoke came out of his mouth.
Yeah, I remember as a kid. Okay.
Dead.
I feel like there's some retribution going on here. Was he still alive?
One of them was.
In here.
In your heart?
In
Caleb's pointing to his heart. I think I remember... My memory from childhood is so hazy. I know that I must have had an emotional reaction to this because I anthropomorphized everything. So even like the toys that I had, I would put personalities on them and like talk to them and shit. And so this must have upset me, but I don't remember it specifically. So maybe that's a recovered memory I can get later.
All right, after therapy, we're going to have another Autopod Decepticast.
My uncle touched me.
And that was an Autopod Decepticast
We went way back.
So, all right. Well, you guys. What else do you guys have on this one?
Nothing.
Not much. The only this is just a side note I wrote after the shuttle thing. Like, I hate the description of their forms in the first script. It says humanoid mode and automotive. Why not just robot and vehicle?
That's Ron Friedman's early draft, I guess.
I have a lot to say about Ron later. The next scene, I'm like, Ron.
Well, wait until after we get him on the show.
It's not bad.
I bet
it's
he'll show up.
It's just
He's
strange.
not going to listen to this shit before he comes on the show.
I don't know. He strikes me as the type of guy that might have a Google alert.
Yeah.
Oh, he 100% has a Google. I have a Google alert for my own name. Some white guy, Ryan Jett, who murdered someone in Florida, and it comes up all the time.
There's a Caleb Carter that was a male porn star that committed suicide.
That's...
Whoa.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
So let's...
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're still trying to figure out our social media situation.
Regardless, you can get to it through our website.
Regardless, you can get to it through our website, which is...
Hi, this is the Ghost of Casey Kasem, once again breaking into the broadcast to say that since the recording of this episode, the boys have gotten their collective shit together regarding their social media. They are at APDC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For the record, I do not endorse this ridiculous show, and I'm being compelled to record these interstitials by way of a disgusting voodoo ritual. Fuck these guys and their website, autopoddecepticast.com. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And now here's a very special request coming in this week from Trapped Spirit Forced into Servitude. His request, which I think we can all get behind, is that all three hosts contract blood poisoning and die slowly. Signing off for now, I return you to your regularly scheduled garbage.
AutoPodDecepticast.com.
This has been a distressing episode. We watched
All
About
around.
Death and dead porn stars.
Well, I'm going to associate the two, and every time I see a robot die, I'm going to get fucking hard.
Let's end this episode.
All right, everybody.
Caleb is lying on the floor.
The trauma, plus the trauma at us with our...
We were a little rough.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
You're going to write the descriptors to the
Yeah.
episodes there, buddy?
I hope you have fun in DC.
Yeah.
We're not going to record without you.
You could Skype in. Or
wanna
blue
Skype in?
jeans in.
You want a blue jeans in, buddy?
Blue jeans.
I don't know. What's the name of it? It's not good. It's always fucked up.
It's misleading.
This is what your company uses?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Blue jeans.
Let's name our.
Can you get on mic, please?
No.
This is gonna fucking piss me off when I have to edit this.
No, I want to stay back away from.
All right.
All right, everybody. This has been your episode 8. So please visit our website, like our comment, interact with us. Visit us via our social media networks, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and thank you for your time, and check us out next week.
Signing off.
Bye.
There's these ball joints here. God damn it.
Wow.
He doesn't hold shit for shit.
Does he stay better? Should you just keep him transformed?
But he looks better in the robot mode is the money mode. But so, most Transformers, their articulation is like, they should be able to get this leg up to here at least. You can't fucking do anything because this white piece is bumping into this piece. You need to go in and shave off like a 1/4 inch of plastic here to actually make it worth a damn. Plus, it doesn't stand up. Plus, there's no arm articulation either because it's jamming into the plastic right here. So this is a $150 piece of garbage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your weekly podcast delivering a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. I am Aaron, and I'm here with my exceptional, charismatic, dare I say,
that's me.
provocative and spellbinding co-hosts.
So many adjectives. I'm Ryan.
Hi, and I'm Caleb.
And so we're here today to talk about, this is episode 11, so we're covering minute 11, as I think as we've decided to call it, 11:01 to 12-minute mark. Let's not confuse this, Ryan.
No, it's the 10 to 11 minute.
No, it's the 11 to... Yep, that's the beginning.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're right, though. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I am right.
Jesus
That's right.
Christ.
It's 10 because 0 to 1 minute is the first. Oh my God, we're still having this conversation.
So it's from it's from the 10-minute mark to 10:59.
That's right.
Or is it from 10:01 to 11?
It's from
It's
10:01
either way.
to 11.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But we've recorded episodes. That's 10 already.
10 is
we've been through this.
10 is 9 minutes. Minute 9 to 10.
Because the first minute
We're always
is from
a minute
0
behind.
to 59.
We've been through this.
So this is episode 11.
Yes, minute 10 to 11.
Yeah.
All right, so
Just remember this: the episode that we're doing, it essentially hits the log of that like episode 11 is up to minute 11.
That's right. Oh boy.
Next week will be from
What are we doing episode
11 will be from either whatever you want to define it, either 11 to 11:59 or 11:01 to 12.
excellent. So
Aaron has corrected his notes.
so in the last episode,
I don't know. I got
quick
so
recap.
mad about that.
I did too. I think it's funny because there's a banter. This banter exists in every episode.
Yeah,
We can't.
it's rough. We can't figure
And
it
I
out.
thought we figured it out, but I think it all roots from me writing down the wrong number here. So anyway, last episode. Let's do a quick recap. We found out that Hot Rod is excited about strange things. Like
That's right.
fishing is awesome, but watching a shuttle land from the moon of another planet?
Talk about dull, Daniel.
Yeah.
We learned Back to the Future 2 ripped off the concept of hoverboards. We learned that Autobot City is a functioning power plant with virtually every type of contemporary Earth-based power being leveraged to manufacture Energon.
Solar, water,
Hydroelectric wind.
Hydroelectric.
Oil derricks.
Why aren't they just drilling straight to the core and just sucking up directly from the core? Man.
Well, I'm sure there's some geothermal in there.
Maybe so. All right.
Maybe we should have covered that last time.
And we discovered there's a place called Lookout Mountain that exists. Apparently, it's a great place to see
The
shuttles
most
land.
lazily named mountain ever.
We're not supposed to go there for some reason.
You're supposed to pronounce it really weird. Lookout Mountain.
Maybe some pilot named that mountain. It was like, look out!
Oh
Mountain.
no. And then, okay.
Maybe there was a guy with the last name Lookout that discovered it.
Perhaps. So straddling the minute here, we've got it up on the screen. Straddling the minute, we meet our friend, the tough old curmudgeon Cup. As we said before, he's hanging out with Huffer, Hound. He's in kind of a menial task of placing barricades in the way of the road here.
And Blue Streak, right?
And Blue Streak. That's right.
Keep in mind, they have the ability for interstellar travel. They can build a power plant that has multiple types of
Every type.
energy harnessing ability. Yet they build a little wooden sign that says "Stop" to block the road.
And what? Like, okay.
And why are they doing that in the first place?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you know why there's a roadblock there?
No.
What do you think why they're putting... And I didn't either, and it never occurred to me whenever I was a kid. And this is where the original scripts help, actually. Because in the original scripts, it's clearer that because when Hot Rod proposes to go to Lookout Mountain, Daniel says, we're not supposed to leave the city. And you're not allowed to go up there. That's why they have that roadblock. Exactly. And also, why is it facing out? Like, why not facing in? Why would you want people to stay in Autobot City and not come into... I don't know.
Stop.
So that doesn't make
this
any
area
sense.
off limits.
And
why?
Apparently, it's made out of balsa wood.
Yeah,
because
it shatters.
I mean, if they wanted people to stay out of that, they could build a big, metal wall.
And maybe those the big X's that are like D-Day barriers.
Yeah.
Maybe those are metal, and they just haven't put them in place yet.
Perhaps.
I suppose.
But if you fly,
We're talking about
Decepticons-
1007 is where we're looking at.
So
Maybe I got it. They put all of their budget into building the power plant, and they have very little money left over.
Oh fuck!
To
Just build it out of wood, I guess.
yes.
they could sell that power for money. That's how that works.
Or maybe,
Autobots should be the richest things on the planet of Earth. With all
They would
this
be like
power
the
they're
Dubai of.
they can build a big metal wall. No, they build this
Should
little
be
dumb
pretty
little
easy.
thing.
So I was just going to talk about Cup for a minute or two. This is our introduction to that character. Seasoned veteran. His tech specs call him the Cybertron Chief of Security, known for his adventurous stories. so much swashbuckling in his career. Called Cup because why?
I don't know.
It's really stupid.
Okay, great. Lay it on
He
me.
turns into a pickup truck.
Oh.
Like pick cup,
I kind of wish I didn't know that.
pick up.
Cup? No.
I've never heard anyone refer to their truck as "Let's go get in my cup."
Have you heard referred to as pick? Getting my pick?
Well, I've heard it called pickup. You can call them pickup,
So
or I don't know.
Caleb owned a pickup, so he should be
angry.
well versed.
I'm kind of angry this episode.
You
This is
are
pissing me off.
how many
Sorry.
beers have you had?
I've had half of one.
Okay, all right.
I need more to mellow me out, I guess. I don't know. All right.
So we talked in the credit sequence about Cup a little bit, or we talked about Lionel Stander, who voiced him in this movie. And I just wanted to mention, because it seems like the best place to bring it up, that so Lionel Stander didn't voice him in the cartoon after the movie. And I looked up a little bit about the guy who did, and even though technically he might actually be in the credit sequence of this movie, so we'll call it relevant. But a gentleman by the name of John Stevenson, he acted on several TV shows in the 50s and 70s.
He skipped the 60s?
We'll say 50s to the 70s.
All right.
And but his voice acting career is really was his strength, and he did lots of stuff with Hanna-Barbera. He did tons of one-off characters with Scooby-Doo. So basically, anybody who got the face mask ripped off of him, he would do that guy's voice.
And he's the meddling kids guy.
He was like a
I
sessions
would have gotten
musician.
away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
He was like a sessions musician voice actor.
He was in the Flintstones. I mean, every kind of rando side character on the Flintstones. But
I bet he was Fred's boss.
He was Mr. Slate.
Mr. Slate.
As a matter of fact, nice guess.
Flintstone.
But every time some like in the Flintstones, their technology was just animals with random.
It's a living.
I can tell you,
he was that guy.
I can tell you this.
He would
I
do
bet
that stuff.
Mr. Slate could build a better sign than Cup could. Stupid sign.
It's like a pig for this.
I mean, if
went
that
to
was
college.
built out of stone, it would literally be better than what it's built out of.
They'd set a brontosaurus across it and be like, and the brontosaurus would be like, it's a living.
Okay. We talked over it, but I thought another good one was, for this, I went to college?
Yeah.
So
Had to get that in there.
I'm glad you did.
Yep.
A couple other things that were of note, interest particular to us and probably a lot of people out there. So he was involved in virtually every Hanna-Barbera series that Adult Swim knocked off and remade. So he was the
Space
original.
Ghost?
I don't know if he was the original Space Ghost. I missed that if he was, but he was the original Dr. Benton C. Quest in Johnny Quest.
Nice.
He on the show Birdman, which became Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. He was X the Eliminator, Reducto. On C-Lab 2020, the original version, he was Captain Michael Murphy, so the old man. He was also in some of the Marvel stuff, Fantastic Four, X-Men, but in Transformers, he did Cup, Thundercracker, Huffer, Alpha Trion, Wind Charger, and a couple other guys, Autobot X, Dr. Alcazar. But so, anyway, the guy who took over his voice had a lot of shit going on.
It's been so long. I haven't seen the TV show in so long. I just assume, I don't know why I assume that Lionel Stander continued doing Cup, but I don't remember seeing a noticeable difference when I was a kid between the movie and the TV show. Does he sound pretty similar?
I can't remember.
I guess I could drop in a thing where I compare the two right here.
This is the movie.
Okay. Well, the dust was really thick. And then this gigantic ick-yak came trumping and stomping down the mountain, flames spewing out of its nostrils. And I thought for sure, hey, Cop, don't you think we have...
And this is the TV show.
Yeah, we're where we ought to be, but Cybertron's gone.
Oh, it's that.
That was a great comparison.
Exactly.
Great job.
I have a question about Cup.
Okay.
I wasn't aware that Transformers had the ability to like physically age.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And
until Alpha Trion, in the first couple seasons, Alpha Trion, he's an older guy with a beard and looks older.
The beard. Yeah, that's weird.
But Cup here, yeah, he's weathered. He's got bags under his eyes and kind of a drawn-in face.
Yeah, these things are millions of years old.
So he's got to be like a billion.
Well, I'm trying to imagine, like, Cup seems to be the only Transformer that ages. I mean, that being said, Wheelie is like he's either young or just was programmed to be super immature.
Right.
Yeah, he seems to be a child. I think maybe Cup is just like battle weary. Like he's been through so many battles, it's really been hard on his system.
He drinks a lot.
Yeah, he's seen some shit, man. He's got some PTSD
Do you think
going
Cup
on.
smokes?
Well, I mean, like literally, because he's so broken down.
In the IDW comics, Cup does smoke.
Are you serious?
He has an electronic cigar. It's called a cigar.
He's vaping?
He's always
A
chomping on
cigar?
that. Yeah.
There you go. He smokes cigars. It's affected his voice. It's aged him.
Cuban cigars?
Wow. Oh, so we got to the bottom of that. That's a weird. Does that predate vaping?
We need some fan fiction where he introduces Wheelie to cigars.
Here, Wheelie, try this. It'll put electronic hair on your chest.
God, that was annoying. So, Hot Rod, 7 seconds in, bursts through the barricade. An explosion.
I mean,
He almost hits Cup.
he literally bumps him. He rubs him.
It looks like he
Look
does.
at that.
Look at Daniel in there.
This
He's
is
he's got his arm up.
This is 10:09 is where we're at.
Even Daniel's freaking out a little bit. So just another sign that Hot Rod is young, impetuous,
Impulsive.
a show-off, a bit of an asshole even.
Oh
Really.
yeah, 100%.
Careless.
He's a prick. Like they spent all this time putting this sign up, and he's like, "Fuck it."
I don't give a
Okay, okay, keep going. But this point right here, what do you think he says?
I know what he says.
I do too, but
Okay.
what do you think he says, Caleb? Do you want to hear it again?
10:13.
I don't have a good.
I'll straighten you out, Dad.
You knocked my cigar out of my mouth. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like I never really knew what it was when I was a kid. Table Robin, young punk is what I'm like.
Oh, let's see. Table. That's not now. All I hear is Table Robin. Yeah, you Table Robin.
What he actually says, I think I had to go to the script for this too. Is well, I guess I have two different ones here because IMDb says Turbo Rodden and another source that I apparently did not list says Turbo Revan.
That's what I thought it was.
Cornell1801.com is what that is. So, but in the original script, it does say Turbo Revan. So I guess IMDb is just wrong.
You Turbo Revan. Turbo Revan.
young punk. I'll straighten you out yet. Anyway. I never understood that line as a kid.
So, okay, Hot Rod busts through the barricade. He revs his way up to Lookout Mountain.
Yeah, Tokyo drifts on that shit.
He does an awesome Tokyo drift move, lands on a nice shot around...
I still can't wrap my head around why do they want to not let people up at Lookout Mountain?
I mean, it looks like a great spot. It's even got a telescope.
It's only for the rich.
It's got exactly. This is the upper Lido deck. You're in steerage.
I would say so. Lookout Mountain. It's got one little
one viewing.
one viewing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of the platform.
It's quite a structure just to put a viewer up there that no one can get to.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
This transformation. Okay.
I need to get over it.
1019. Hot Rod's transformation here is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it pisses me off a little bit. They cut off the top of it.
Yeah, like it could have done a pan up to see it because it does when he stands up. It's just from waist down. But yeah, that like when the hood lifts up and it's fucking
cockpit. It kind of flips forward and then just everything. Folds
Although he
into
transforms
itself.
in different ways because in some of the transformation in an upcoming minute, his arms spin around.
Well, maybe there's different. Yes, different ways that he can do it.
Maybe they can.
I looked into this actually, and just digging deep into transformations, and there are instances in at least the expanded universe where the bots are able to affect different modes of their transformation, apparently by practice and concentration. Like there's one, I think Bumblebee, and I should have probably written all this down, but can transform into an alternate mode. But apparently some of the transformation does have to do with cognitive ability and thinking and practice about how to transform.
So it's more of a kind of like a.
It's a skill.
It's a martial art.
Basically, yeah. Like there is a mental component to a lot of, and the more mental concentration you have, the faster you can transform.
So you would say that transforming there's a has an association with either yoga or Pilates. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think the martial arts would be more. Well, yeah, I guess.
I like to say it's a martial art, but
because it's something your muscle memory.
I would say yoga.
All right, we'll go with yoga.
We'll go with yoga. One quick thing I never mentioned, it's kind of a dumb point, but at 10:15, you can see that telescopic device
What
thing.
are those called? The viewer.
Look at the shape.
Viewfinder. But look
Wow,
at it.
look at the shape of that thing.
So look at the shape of it. Daniel hops out. Hot Rod transforms awesomely, and now he's gonna run up to it. It looks totally different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
No, but go back to the shot
difference between
of the
the
platform. Go
The
back to the
big
big shot.
painting and the animation. Is
I'm
way
sorry, and I normally am not the guy that goes for this kind of thing.
You don't
that
like to work
platform
blue?
is the perfect shape of a dick.
different. It does look phallic.
No, I mean all the way.
Oh,
Look, that's a dick. Everything.
Is it flopping to the left?
I don't.
Is
that's
this part of it?
That's
Is
the
it
ball,
like-
yeah, that's the balls on the bottom.
oh, you're saying just the thing at the end there.
The shaft and the mushroom
Oh,
head.
I see what you're
It's a
saying. The
dick.
whole Lookout Mountain platform is a cock.
It is.
All right.
Is this
It really is.
sort of a hidden Little Mermaid style pornographic
Anybody
Easter egg?
remember that?
I'm just saying. I mean, normally I don't like to go down this rabbit hole, but that is the really spot on shape of a dick
I can't
shaft.
believe I missed it.
All
I'm
right.
usually on the lookout for penis.
Well, this is
10:15.
Lookout Mountain. Maybe that's why they're
Not
maybe that's why
allowed?
they're not allowed to go up there.
Adults only.
Okay, so Daniel is going up to the viewfinder, and he notices a hole in the shuttle. Then Hot Rod's like, "What?" And he's got a viewfinder that comes down. He looks up into the shuttle.
I'm sorry.
No, you.
I was just gonna say another great one-off in like addition to Prime's axe that comes out of his hand in the for pilot, and Megatron's fucking flail, and I mean. If there's another one with Springer later, just a one-off. If you never see this ability again, but the viewfinder that comes down with Hot Rod so he can magnify his vision. Again, why does he need a visor? But
Or just later in the movie, he has a saw in his hand.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And I think maybe a welding device or something. And every in the third-party toys, a lot of the times they come with extras that represent those functions. It's just awesome how whatever function a Transformer needs at any given time, they just give it to him. Mm-hmm. Like whatever.
maybe it's part of that concentration thing.
Maybe
they can
just believe.
affect simple tools.
He just believed that he needed
You gotta
a finder in that moment.
That's right.
And
What
just appeared.
What is the song that's playing?
It's
Dare?
yeah.
Is it believe? Isn't the word believe in that?
The word believe is in that. Dare to believe.
Dare to believe. Dare to believe. Transform into whatever you want.
Visors come down on your
Yeah, I mean, dare to believe. All right.
Okay, one thing I want. Okay, so here's. Okay, this is a nerdy problem, but here's my problem with this.
These are all nerdy
I
problems.
know that's true, but this one is above and beyond. Like that shuttle, 100% would have burned up on entry.
They would have been sucked. They would have been sucked out of the hole.
They just would have been incinerated. It's structurally unsound. There's no way that it couldn't have burned up. Like
Now, are you saying it's structurally unsound from the hole that was already in it?
yeah,
Or are
yeah.
you basing the structural unsoundness by it only takes Hot Rod about 10 shots from his pea-sized cannons to cut the damn thing in half?
Let's put a pin in that because that's another point I wanted to go up on. But because there's a hole in it, you can't like the shuttle presumably, and this is something a lot of people actually mistake. The heating on entry into the atmosphere isn't from friction. Friction is negligible. It's from the air in front of the shuttle compressing. So basically, all that would happen is all that heat would just go right into that hole, and they would be incinerated, and the thing would explode.
Sure. No, they should have. I mean, there's.
Fucking idiots.
I mean, again, that's a stupid problem. But okay, to your point of Hot Rod shooting, and again, I think that's the only time he's got these awesome guns. I think this may be the only time he ever uses them ever.
I love those guys. From an animation perspective, I think it's really cool how they, and I never noticed it until kind of watching it frame by frame for this podcast, that when he's blasting away, the lasers sequentially fire from the top, middle,
Top to
bottom,
bottom.
top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom.
And the
That's
animation's
pretty
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
The animation on all these laser blasts is cool. How they put like a little, I don't know what you call it, like just plasma blasts
Sparks
around
or
it.
whatever,
Yeah. But yes, to your point, it seems radically alternative as to what his blasts do and you were talking about
Like here they're doing nothing. They hit Starscream. He just falls down.
And that's the thing. I was like, does Starscream just fall over? In the script, it says he dodges out of the way, but he very obviously at 10:40 gets hit in the arm and
then
falls
falls down.
over, and then in like milliseconds later, almost cuts the ship in half with the blast through it.
Well, I mean, I remember like in the series, like the power of their firearms
Radically altered
only
it.
like matched what needed to be accomplished according to the storyline. Like I've seen with Megatron's a good example. I've seen Megatron with his cannon like blast like.
Well, you'll see in a second.
Yeah, he that's right. He blows up Dickhead Mountain.
What's that darn fool doing?
That's what we're referring to. That's going to be a great screenshot for Twitter. In this
Dickhead
episode,
Mountain.
we talk about Dickhead Mountain.
Yeah.
And I assume that these guys have, in the same way that, to your point, they have mental control over their transformation ability, perhaps they have control over the power of their blasters. Maybe they can set it to stun or set it to ultra power. But why didn't you just set it to ultra power right from the get-go?
And there's Sunstreaker.
Yep, I didn't notice before
1042
that Sunstreaker was helping out with the barricades
and
as well.
Huffer, there's Huffer.
Yep, Huffer.
So at 1042 you see a shot. So Hot Rod has already noticed there's Decepticons at this ship. He's taking fire at the ship. You see from kind of Cup's point of view that, Hot Rod is firing at this ship, and what is that fool doing?
What's that darn fool doing?
That's better than I can do it for sure. So everybody's kind of like, what the hell's going on? Here's a thought that I have. You can see the ship firing back at him. A couple of things I think of is, obviously, he's not just going to fire on a ship randomly. Like,
well, who knows? He just ran through a barrier. He's out of control.
They're probably a little pissy with him right now. but also, Decepticon laser blasts and explosions are a different color from Autobot laser blasts and explosions.
G.I. Joe was like that.
So
yeah, G.I. Joe was like that.
So you can see Hot Rod's blasts have more of an orange tint, and the Decepticon blasts have more of a purple tint. And so if you're those guys and you see that fire exchange, you should be thinking, there's something up here.
That's a good point.
It's not that Hot Rod's just a dumb fucker.
Yeah, purple laser.
G.I. Joe was I think they were always blue and Cobra was red.
Yeah.
And that way you knew who was firing at whom.
That's right. And everything with the Decepticons is purple. Like the ship that Galvatron has later is purple.
They like purple, man.
Their symbol is purple.
Their favorite musical artist?
Prince.
Of course.
Yeah, the favorite album is Purple Rain.
Actually, they prefer the artist formerly known as over the
R.I.P.
Prince albums. So, okay, we get to the part around 1046 where Hot Rod's guns take a massive upgrade, I guess.
That's right. Well, maybe it's like 1, 2, 3. They're in order of power, and the third one is like... Although I will say this would have been a great opportunity to have Autobots take the lion's share of death in this one. Maybe Hot Rod could have taken out a Decepticon.
Maybe. At least one in that gigantic explosion of the ship right there.
They all fly out, though.
So the Decepticons are flying out. This always reminded me...
Oh, Megatron's upside down.
Whenever you take out a wasp's nest...
Oh, he is.
And the wasps just come flying out of nowhere is kind of what they're...
I wonder if they animated that thinking that they were flying from a different angle than...
I mean, I guess orientation-wise, it doesn't matter.
He spins.
10:48, he's
spinning.
And then this transformation of Starscream at like 10:48 toward 10:49 is pretty cool.
I will have to say...
transforms, Blitzwing transforms, and Die Autobot. Not the best drawing of Megatron at 1050 as he goes into a gigantic blast that wipes out the entire screen. One shot misses, the next shot basically
and this
cuts the head off the dick, if you will.
Oh, he castrates the mountain. And this is kind of cool because it does show that Hot Rod does have a heart, like he cares about Daniel's safety. Again, he's forever putting him in and saving him from danger, but then they surf down the mountain, basically. And that's where it ends, on a
nice shot.
Hot Rod's back.
It's a great shot. Hot Rod, the camera is kind of coming at the camera. You see Daniel, he screams, and then you get right into Hot Rod's
face,
gorgeous blue eyes, and then he
lost in those eyes.
fades or starts to turn away from the camera and continues to slide down the mountain.
Now, I guess we could.
What?
Well, I was gonna say, I guess we could cover this later, but the Stan Bush song is still playing here, and. We'll cover his bio and stuff, but something I didn't realize until recently, I can't believe it, but he does another song in a movie that is one of my favorites of all time, Bloodsport, with JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I've heard of it.
Same song?
No, it's a different song, equally awesome. And I'll just play it for you
Very
guys.
similar?
It is. It's very. It's called.
Guts, gotta have them to take a chance.
Actually, it's called Fight to Survive.
Gotta have guts to fight to survive.
But it's basically what everybody would know it if you love Bloodsport. It's the Kumite song, and I'll drop in just some parts of this, but like.
This sounds like Miami Vice.
It does actually here, yeah. We'll go a little forward.
Same kind of emotion, but I don't think it sounds...
It's where the... This part is like them running through the streets. He's playing a cat and mouse game with the detectives that are trailing him. I love Bloodsport. Anyway, that's basically the song, and then you get to the chorus where it's just Kumite, which is awesome.
Is he the vocalist for these songs as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the writer. I think he does it all, honestly.
Does it all.
Got a good voice. Hell of a voice.
Just want to get Bloodsport in there.
No, I'm glad you did. I love Bloodsport.
A quick discussion I'd like to have with you guys about Hot Rod and his impulsivity. So obviously they're really trying to hammer home the point that he's young and inexperienced and kind of a douchebag. And one of the things I was thinking of in rewatching this minute a couple times, I'd take it a little further. You mentioned earlier that he gets all the trouble that Daniel gets in is because of Hot Rod.
It's 100% his fault.
And it starts with that scene on the cliff at Lookout Mountain struck me in a way that it never had, because like him firing on that ship put Daniel in real danger, like real immediate danger, like really bad. That kid should have been like incinerated, and so that's fucked up. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, honestly, if Hot Rod, I mean, his name's Hot Rod, of course, he doesn't keep his cool. If his name were Cool Rod, then he could have kept his cool and maybe just driven really quickly up to Autobot City, or better yet, used some sort of telecommunications to be like, "Hey guys, there's Decepticons on that ship. Let's ambush them."
No,
like,
he just
he could have prevented the whole war.
He just starts
if
firing.
he would have just not started firing, they could have ambushed the ship, taken out all those guys. No war. Prime's still alive. All that
I don't
shit.
know. I don't know if I agree, because, like, presumably, again, he's on babysitting duty. Is anybody going to take him seriously? Like, I guess he could be like, just look at the shuttle like I did with my super lenses, but that's taking more time.
Why
and
would
maybe
you not take a babysitter seriously? What do you mean by that?
the call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah. Inside job?
Inside job. Follow the money. Cui bono.
Excellent. We did it. Yes. A couple other notes I had on script deviations, which Ryan, do you have any script deviations?
I don't. I forgot to look on this minute. We'll have some next, I'm sure.
Okay, well, I've got a couple. They're not really deviations as much as they are just kind of left outs, perhaps. But
there's a lot of left out. Like Autobot City, the Siege of Autobot City is much more massive in the original scripts. It would be like a 3-hour movie.
Did they edit out a part where the Autobot shuttle, like is unmanned and just crashes into a person's house? Some guys.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's never
big enough to
addressed.
take out a whole cul-de-sac.
Yeah, there's like some guy mowing his yard. He's like.
I mean, it's in a relatively remote region. I assume it had no, maybe some wildlife damage.
Like a park, it like hit a park ranger.
Yeah, it's definitely somebody's dead.
A ranger
R.I.P.
station gets knocked out. Yeah.
So if something funny from the script that made me laugh is that was left out of the movie. When Daniel and Hot Rod first arrived at Lookout Mountain, Daniel hops out and sees the viewfinder, and Hot Rod says to Daniel, "Now take a squint through those babies."
What? I mean,
Just made me laugh.
Take a squint through those babies.
Go take a squint.
what's
through
so
those
awesome
babies.
is like, what's the
weird.
writer's name? I forget. I'm blanking on it right now.
Who, what?
The writer of this movie. What's his name?
Either Ron Friedman or Flint
Friedman.
Dilley, depending
Yeah.
on what we want to believe.
Let's go take a squint up on Dickhead Mountain.
I love the idea that he banged that out in the word processor, or I guess this time it would be a typewriter, and was like, yeah.
He felt good about that.
That's the shit.
That's how a cool young guy would
That's
talk.
right. I know what's hip.
So also in the script,
Take a
by-
squint.
whenever Daniel notices the hole in the ship, Hot Rod, we saw a visor coming over. In the original script, just binoculars come out of his eyes, which the visor thing is way cooler in my opinion.
Like
that would have been creepy.
That's some Inspector Gadget shit.
Yeah, that's like Laserbeak with the camera coming out of his
That's
head.
right. Also, I don't know if Hot Rod just has I guess you have to assume Hot Rod knew this because he sees Decepticons on the ship. But he says, this is for Ironhide, and so's this.
Oh, that's right, I did
While
read
he's
that.
firing on the ship. So, how do you know Ironhide's dead? And
Right.
I guess you just assume it. But he says that. And what about the other guys? And then this is for Ratchet.
I mean, I don't
This
care
is
about
for Prowl.
I never cared much about Prowl.
Yeah, he's senselessly shooting at the ship, not being really knowing
Aware of
For
anything.
all we know, the
Well,
Autobots
again,
are
he's-
being held captive
on the ship.
If anything,
Yeah,
we know.
that
We know from the TV show, that's probably the case because no one ever died.
That makes me feel bad. I really hate. I'm really
again,
disliking Hot Rod.
He's
now.
impulsive, and he didn't think, but his first impulse was, we need to stop the Decepticons. I'm still on his side. You guys seem like you hate him, but I'm still pulling for him. I think by the end of this movie, he's going to turn it all around.
I still think the whole war could have been averted with one simple communication.
Revisions.
Hey, Ultra Magnus, maybe get a few guys together and beware that ship that's coming. I clearly
What
see
a boring
Starscream.
ass movie that'd be.
Again, a lot of this shit, the reason is because movie.
Yes.
But, and you'll like this, Caleb. In the script version of this, Hot Rod starts firing on the ship because he sees Starscream in the hole, as we do. But Megatron, so the Decepticons start firing back, and Megatron yells at Starscream, saying, "You imbecile, our cover is blown."
There we go.
He gets a good dig on Starscream in the script, and then Starscream says, "It was your stupid strategy." And then they jump out of the ship and start attacking.
Wait a minute. So there was already Hot Rod and Daniel noticed the hole in the ship first, fired first, and then Megatron blames Starscream
For standing in the hole, I guess.
Well, because Hot Rod saw him standing in the hole. I guess if nobody had been standing in the hole, perhaps the cover wouldn't have been blown, or he wouldn't have fired on the ship.
That's pretty.
Starscream, the whipping boy of this movie, he really gets a lot of shit. The ultimate shit at one point.
The one other thing that I thought was interesting was that Megatron blows up the cliff there. Hot Rod descends down the mountain, and in the script, while he's descending down the mountain, he gets in a minor scuffle with Hook and Scavenger, which I guess throws them against the mountain, which causes an even bigger landslide. And Hot Rod surfs down the landslide and shouts, "Whoa!"
Oh God, I'm glad.
Cowabunga.
I'm so glad that didn't happen. The guy, I think this probably predates it, but he's like, my favorite movie is Point Break.
It's like,
Radical.
he is all. I wish they would have given Hot Rod a stoner accent.
Oh God, no. Oh man. Or like a bro.
About dough, Daniel.
Let's go up to Dickhead Mountain,
We gotta surf that curl, bro.
Jazz and Ironhide are up there smoking a J.
A Robo J.
What is it? A
Oh,
Cyber J.
Cyber Blunt.
No, what was it? What was Cup's thing called?
Cygar, bro.
Saigar.
That's all I got.
Oh man, yeah, I'm fresh out of notes. What was your note that you took?
Oh, it was about Cup aging. I just was like,
that's a
can they age or do they not age? Because they. I don't think in the series they really were putting like an age on Transformers, but it seems in this movie they were introducing like kind of age.
Well, I think that Optimus Prime is kind of known to be an older, wiser.
But that's
Ironhide as well.
But he was transformed by the Matrix. The Matrix makes them older and wiser in a way.
Well,
such as Hot Rod becoming Rodimus, but Cup is an old man.
Well, the thing. We can talk about this when he transforms into Rodimus, but Optimus doesn't change. Like, he's rebuilt in the series into a battle bot, like a battle form. I disremember the guy's name.
Orion Pax?
It was it Orion Pax? No, he was Orion Pax, but the guy who built him into a battle mode.
I thought it was Alpha Trion.
Maybe it is. I think it probably is. Him and his girlfriend, whose name again I'm Alita 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alita 1. They're transformed into battle modes, which are sturdier and stronger to fight the Decepticons.
Okay.
But he doesn't change when he gets the Matrix, like the way Hot Rod does. He doesn't morph or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because apparently you need a trailer to be a leader.
I did fall down the rabbit hole of like finding out why. Oh, hey, here's something. We asked this question earlier in several episodes ago. Why Transformers transform? And I actually did find out the answer, which was that originally they didn't, and the Decepticons were the first ones to... Is that right? No. The Decepticons, the Autobots made the transformation a part of their makeup to battle the Decepticons because the Decepticons were stronger. And so in order to combat them, they became... the alternate modes, exactly. And then that ended the war and brought on the Golden Age, but then the Decepticons, and any listeners, if I'm missing this, I don't have my notes on this available, but I'm pretty sure it ushered in the Golden Age, and then the Decepticons back-engineered how to transform also, which started the Ultimate Civil War, which led to this.
They stole the technology.
That's right.
Like Samsung and Apple, man. All right, well, so that's about all for us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to your episode 10 or 11, however we want to decide.
It's episode 11.
Christ.
So do all those things.
Tell your friends, too.
Yes, word of mouth is very important.
You know what? Let's not pretend that we don't want to build an audience. We want more people to hear about all this awesome Transformers trivia.
If you have any comments, if we got anything wrong, let us know. We'll shout it out in another episode.
Yep.
So
We'll shout it out from the top of Dickhead Mountain.
that's right.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, dickheads.
I thought about this the other day. I'm like, oh man, someday Peter Cullen is gonna die.
Hopefully he's doing like Tupac and just banking lots of .prime dialogue.
He's
Primalog.
he's just constantly recording everything so you can cut it up.
Exactly. He's like, and
He's reading out of the dictionary.
read all your articles. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast, your weekly podcast that delivers a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. God damn, that's a mouthful.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Shorten that down.
Nah.
Let's knock some words out of that.
That's up to you, dude.
I am your host, Aaron, and I am here with my two rigid and very sexually potent co-hosts.
Rigid and potent?
That's right, turgid. There's another. Everybody's hard. I'm Ryan, and my dick is on point.
I'm Caleb, and I'm just glad to be here.
And we are here to discuss, this is our episode 13. We're going to cover minute 13. That would be from 12:01 to the 13-minute mark. And quick episode recap. Last time, if you listened, we talked about the poorly planned attack on Hot Rod by Blitzwing and Shrapnel.
Yes.
Hot Rod's, he has kind of a lack of... thankfulness towards Cup for saving his life.
Yes, the Auto Brat
That's right.
says, in essence, shut the fuck Cup.
We
The
need
man that just saved his life.
that needs to be a T-shirt as well.
Shut the
Actually,
fuck Cup.
somebody write that down.
I did. I wrote it right here.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Cup has some great acrobatic moves.
He does.
He's quite the tumbler.
He spins on that turret, bends it up,
Yeah, he spins on that. turret.
tells Hot Rod
Bends it up.
to behave himself, and Hot Rod's like, stuff it, old man, and then down the hill they go.
And what else? And I thought that Cup and Hot Rod may be the biggest shit talkers since Starscream and Megatron. But you could agree with that point, if not the point, obviously from two totally different relationship dynamics.
Oh, you mean as like there's a certain... I still don't think it works because
No,
like
I don't
there's a
either.
hostility in Megatron that is just
Yeah,
like
that's
contempt. Well, there's some contempt in Cup for Hot Rod, but I do think it comes from a place of like
love.
you need. I'm trying to teach you, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
So those guys, after escaping death, and they're buzzing back to the city. The minute opens up with Perceptor, and he transforms and uses his microscope.
His microscope?
Are we both gonna have problems with this?
I think all three of us maybe.
He uses his microscope as a telescope.
Exactly. So, yeah, right off the bat, it feels like we have a problem, right?
Well, I rationalize it this way. I'm like, again, they are not the things they transform into.
True.
They are mimicking those
mimicking
things.
them.
So it makes...
But why?
I know. But also, why a microscope? But I'm like...
Ever to be ever.
Let's just get this out of the way. Why anything.
Sure.
Okay?
I think it does
it's-
make more sense that, of course, he would have telescopic capability.
Yeah.
But also, yes, it's like...
It's the very opposite of what
it is
the whole mode is supposed to
Worth
do.
commenting on, but not worth like losing any sleep.
All right, nobody's... I lost a lot of sleep over this guy.
It's problematic.
The writers, I'm just picturing them like, he's got a scope thingy. Let's let him just do that.
There's a lot of scope, well, just telescopic zooming in on shit in this movie.
Why couldn't he have just had a visor like Hot Rod and somebody else that we'll see?
Somebody
in the
that we'll see
scene?
soon.
All right. Well, anyway, I contend that maybe if they were being invaded by microscopic-sized Decepticons,
He could see them.
He would be
Ultra
awesome.
Magnus.
Look down here!
There's
on the ground!
billions of tiny Decepticons.
Yes, billions of bacteria. He's like what is a thing that you're a germaphobe?
Yeah.
Ultra Magnus, they're everywhere.
Not
They're
itching.
all over me. Help!
Oh, God.
They're attacking me.
I am shocked that wasn't a scheme used by Megatron. Shrink all the Decepticons down to microscopic
That's a great
size
idea.
so they could go invade undetected and get inside the Autobots and cause them all kinds of problems internally. And Perceptor saves the day because he's the only person that can see small things.
What a dumb idea. Who's ever heard of Transformers going inside a larger Transformer and blowing them up?
Copyright Autopod Decepticast. We're going to write that fan fiction because that is a brilliant episode.
All right.
I was making a...
I know.
No, we got
Unicron.
it. Unicron.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. He had to get his line in.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let you lose. Caleb, you had a good line.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it was good.
That was stupid.
Nope.
Make fun of Caleb Corner.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Let's get that out of the way. Next up, we are introduced. He sees all these Decepticons coming at him, and he's like, "Shit, I better go check in with these motherfuckers." And those motherfuckers are Ultra Magnus. We've got Springer. We've got RC, and we've got Blur. He lets them know we're at a tactical disadvantage. We all figure out what that really means. Is they're outnumbered.
I have issues with that.
Actually, go ahead.
Because they're not really that outnumbered whenever you actually look at who's attacking. The Decepticons, depending on if you include Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, which don't appear, the Decepticons have between 23 and 25 guys with them. The Autobots have at least 19, not including some random people that you see just running around. So... I mean, they're not all that outnumbered, especially from like a tactical scenario of being in a fortress. They're not in such a bad situation. So it's like Perceptor. I mean,
Still, I agree with Ryan though. They're in a fortress.
They're in a fortress with huge guns.
Yeah, lots of
as we'll
turrets.
find out.
They should be wary of anything like this happening in the first place anyway. It should be heavily defended.
yeah, and it
should not
is.
be this
And they
easy.
transform Autobot City, which is awesome. Coming up, not to jump ahead, but love that part.
Anyway.
And this is also where we change from the Dare soundtrack to the Decola.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I love this illustration and angle at 12:19 where Springer has somebody's
Wrist
coming
cannon.
at him, a wrist cannon flips up, and he fires, and it is Starscream. It appears that he is firing at.
Yes.
And I paused on a place
That's
at
a
12:21.
recall.
There's a perfect circle
Yeah,
right in the center of the screen.
Concentric circles.
Several things to say about this. I think Springer again showing the one-off like the Transformers are wont to do, one-off tricks they can pull out of their like Springer's wrist cannon, Prime's plasma axe, all this stuff. But also like Starscream is everywhere.
It's true.
Like all of the Decepticons are just arriving, and Starscream has shot at Cup and Hot Rod already, and now is here shooting at Ultra Magnus and Springer and RC and Blur, and soon to be in a wholly different place. But he's all over the map.
He's trying to climb up that ladder of.
Well,
He's just badass.
I mean, true to, and the thing in like the cartoon is why was Megatron keep him around? Because he's a badass.
Yeah.
Like he is really powerful according to his specs.
I would think when Megatron sits down with Starscream for like his quarterly review.
shot at Hot Rod and Cub. I also shot at Ultra Magnus and all those new guys we'd never seen before.
I mean, sure, I didn't hit anyone, but
And I can see Megatron being like, yes. Yes. He never gives him there's always room for improvement.
You didn't hit them, though.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement.
I can't give you full marks, Starscream. Nobody gets full marks, though. Don't worry about it.
sure, I'll let you pull my trigger, but all of our Megatrons are terrible.
We have the worst Megatrons. So Starscream fires at these guys. Another awesome sequence. They jump out of the way. I didn't mention...
Look at his thumb.
What about it?
It's
I mean,
massive.
it is huge.
All right, so go ahead.
he could-
One thing I do like
No,
about
keep
this
going.
movie is I
Sorry.
think they changed the dynamic of how they animated hands, and it seems like a really weird thing to pick up on. But in the previous, in the cartoon, the G1 cartoon seasons 1 and 2, I feel like the hands were always a lot more rounded, like human hands.
Yes.
Like the fingertips were rounded, and this is where they kind of started to square things off a little bit.
Yeah, which I like better.
I do too. I think it looks more robotic,
And you can
I'm
even
sure
see
it's tougher to transform.
Whenever
or just
Cup
to
is
illustrate.
pointing at Hot Rod in the previous minute, it is round, but there is also some squaring off shading.
Right. So we're introduced here to Springer, RC, and Blur. Most of us had not met them to this point.
Well, most of us have. There's been some people that have met them up to this point.
Well, technically, maybe, because I don't know the dynamic behind this, but there was an episode that was never released in the United States. It was only, and I don't even know if it was technically released in Japan, because as far as I know, only half of it was animated. But there's a lost, quote-unquote, episode called Scramble City that,
yes.
have you heard of
I
Scramble
have
City?
heard of Scramble
Okay,
City.
gotcha. It's and basically it's really mostly about two things. It's about the idea of Metroplex, aka Autobot City, and combiners. It's like combiners and how their parts can go on to other combiners, and shit can get crazy when that happens, and that kind of thing. And I think Hot Rod is in that episode. I know Ultra Magnus is in that episode, and so is Optimus Prime, and maybe, I can't remember, I haven't watched it in a while. Maybe Springer and Blur and some of those newer guys are, but it's meant to be a transitional point between the show and the movie. But I don't know if it was ever broadcast, because I don't know that I've never seen a finished version. Like, I've seen there's like a 15 minutes where you see something's about to go down, like a fight between maybe Trypticon and Metroplex. God damn it! I should have
Why
watched it
isn't
before this.
Autobot City Metroplex? Is it just another thing of like, it's too much to introduce another huge character? Or just, I guess it would change
We've
the
had this
dynamic.
conversation
Did we?
before.
I think we-
Well, not on the record,
no.
but I think we have had debates on whether this Autobot City is Metroplex.
yeah.
And I don't know for a fact. And we can bring this up again. I'll watch Five Faces of Darkness, because I think the whole point of Five Faces of Darkness, which is the 5-parter that takes place after the movie, is they need a transformation cog
Yes,
to transform
that's introduced
Metroplex.
with the cities of like, there's a transformation cog.
And so I don't know. They don't call it. They don't refer to Metroplex in the show here, but I always assumed that it was Metroplex.
That's what I thought when I was a kid. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's Metroplex. But they call it Autobot City. But so Ultra Magnus, bad toy or the worst toy?
I mean, Ultra Magnus.
Really?
I had him.
I did too, but it's just white Optimus. It's racist Optimus. Inside of a plastic shell. I mean, he doesn't even have articulation or anything.
He does. His arms go.
His arms move, his legs don't.
That's as good as most Transformers.
I don't know. It's a pretty bad toy.
Ultra Magnus.
Oh.
Waspimus Prime. So dumb.
Another point about what we're looking at right here, what seconds? 12:27, where Ultra Magnus gets up off the ground and there's that camera spin around. I would have said like that's a Michael Bay shot, but he has not seen this movie clearly.
That's true.
But Michael Bay has not seen.
I guarantee he's
Transformers
not
animated.
seen this movie.
There was probably a watch party or something at his house, and he was just like getting drunk and trying to figure out which model he was going to bang. Is basically what was playing in the background.
Wow.
That's my guess.
For real? That's like a thing?
Yeah, that's in People magazine. He was like, I was fingering this broad. And
Jesus. No. Come on now. We don't like
that is
I don't like his
that's slander.
I don't like his movies. But we don't have to.
We don't have to accuse him of sex crimes.
Yeah, alleged.
We've been introduced to Springer, and
So these are all, with the exception of Perceptor, these are all new characters.
these are all new characters. Nobody, if you were a kid, you were like, what the fuck is, who are these fucking people?
Where were they in the first season? Were they on
They're
Cybertron?
not.
Nobody knows.
I would say
No explanation.
That's a good question because like that was 4 million years ago.
I mean, we can assume that Cup is old. He had to be over there doing some shit somewhere.
So they and they're all, and when they transform, they're in, they transform into future, like into past, future. Like
They do
what
seem-
this is
yeah.
what cars would look like in 2005 kind of deal.
And Blur is a hovercraft. I mean, he doesn't touch the ground.
So what I don't know is if they are transforming into what cars of the modern Earth, what they believe 2005 Earth future would look like,
good point.
or they just, by this time in 2005, we presume that all of humanity knew about the Transformers,
and so they're
there's just their Cybertronian modes. I don't know.
I think that's very good. I would
don't know. They don't address
Although,
it ever.
again, I mean, going way back to like the first episode where there are helicopters on Lithone, there shouldn't be a helicopter on Cybertron.
There's
But
Tetrajets too. Don't forget about the Tetrajets.
The Tetrajets, the Seekers.
that's right.
The Coneheads.
That's right.
I will say that I would say that I would probably wager that they're transforming into their Cybertronian modes, but
I think they're trying to do a future car.
I get it. So they're all new.
This is an 85.
Either way,
They're-
it's 2005.
Yeah.
It's the future.
They're either new robots or they were hanging out on Cybertron, and now they've come down to Earth because humanity is aware of Autobots.
They've built a huge city here.
True.
Earth is a power source
All right,
for the
fair
Autobots, and the Autobots are strategically trying to win back
So
their
we're getting all
homeworld.
this introduction.
Blur
to new
was a
guys.
great toy too.
So Blur, I love this little sequence here where Blur's kind of introducing himself. There's shiny lights. I love the motion
Yes.
effects there.
I like
That's
that
really
too,
nice.
how they blur literally blurs.
Again, another great shot of Ultra Magnus. He's blurred. All right, great. Yeah.
What about me, Max? What about me?
John Moshita, and Ultra Magnus is giving them orders. He's telling RC and Springer, "Hey, you guys go transform the city. Why don't
Transform
you?"
Autobot City.
Blur's like, "What can I help?" And he's like, "You stick with me,
Really?
or we'll go." Oh, sorry.
No.
We'll. What can I help? We are gonna go alert others. Perceptor, he's been given the command to go find Blaster, and we need to communicate. We need reinforcements. We're in trouble here.
Go talk to Prime.
We're in trouble. So everybody transforms, goes their separate ways. RC is a little concerned. They've got to transform the city. They know that's going to
But-
probably close some things off.
Look how he's kind of like
yeah.
grabbing her by the wrist.
It's not cool.
He's like grabbing her by the wrist.
Well,
That is 1243. What we're looking at.
Here's the question. I mean, are you thinking
Are they
that-
boyfriend girlfriend?
Well, that's thing one. Is he cares about her? He's trying to get her out of danger. B, he's just being like a 1950s style
Sexism.
hero
It is
thing.
It is super
Sexism.
sexist because you would never do that to a male, quote unquote, Autobot.
I would be okay if I saw him doing that. I would be more forgiving of him if I saw him also doing that to male Autobots, grabbing them by the wrist and leading them around.
Yeah, and the impression in the, I guess I don't
Grabs
know
her by
that
the wrist.
I don't know that it's never explicit.
She's
I don't think it's
helpless.
ever explicitly said. Yeah, pause on that in the show that Springer and RC are together. But that's the impression I get that they're boyfriend
So he
girlfriend.
should hold her by the hand instead of grab. Well, see, then he let go.
He does.
That's weird.
So it's not. But again, in the show, I was always.
I don't know if they ever address it. I'd have to watch everything all over again.
That was a very subtle like gesture. I mean, you wouldn't normally pick that up
Yeah.
if we hadn't froze that.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I think
it
I
always
picked
struck
up on
me.
it.
It
Yeah,
always
I
struck
always
me.
picked up on it because to me, I always wondered if there was this sort of jealousy or rivalry dynamic between Hot Rod and Springer for RC, because there are points in the movie where RC and Hot Rod have some banter that you think, well, and right now she cares so much about them, but maybe she just cares about them. Why does a relationship have to be a part of it? Maybe she just cares about her allies that are still trapped outside the city. Or is it because Hot Rod is her, they're in some kind of relationship? But there's never overt. It's always It's always kind of like
Bigger.
and maybe we're just all like, this is the first time a girl's around here. A girl's, what's she doing? Oh my god! Oh, does she like him? Does she like him? Does she like me?
Like they don't know how to handle gender. at all.
Right, exactly.
It is weird.
Like,
It
why,
is
Why would
weird.
Transformers have gender at all?
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
real
we
weird.
know why that.
I mean, Alita 1,
But also, I will say that in the script, and this is, I have this in my notes way later because it comes into play whenever they're pushing the catapult into place. But legit in the script that is written, it says they have sexual tension between RC and Hot Rod. Oh. So it's intentional.
There you go. There you go.
But again, I did feel that way in the cartoon too, of like there's sexual tension, but I felt it was like not to get too far afield, but in like the X-Men, like it was a Cyclops, Jean Grey, Logan situation where Cyclops...
Not quite as pronounced as that.
Well, no, not. But like Springer and RC are together, and Hot Rod has the hot rod for her.
Well, speaking of comics,
that was terrible.
I've been trying to read the full run of old Transformers comics. It's taken me forever because it's just hard to get to because some of it's not that fun to read.
Yeah.
And that includes the British issues. And Great Britain basically they follow the Marvel continuity, but there's a ton more.
Yeah,
stuff
they have this
that
weird
happens.
run.
And in their version of the story, there's a lot more that centers around these 2005 characters. And Hot Rod and RC, if I remember correctly, were in a relationship, but somehow broke it off, and she and Springer are together, and Hot Rod doesn't like it. So within that dynamic, there's certainly, it was written a relationship between RC and Springer. However, in the cartoon world, I don't think anybody ever really talks about it. And I think after Hot Rod gets promoted, so to speak, they ever talk about it again.
No,
I don't know that they ever talk about her and Springer. She's just a female character doing her thing.
Yep.
She also has shades.
Yep.
I love her shades. They are like fucking 1989 cool mode-y. Hip-hop is alive and well in New York style
RC
shades.
has fucking lipstick.
Yes, she does.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I love the shades too. Again, I mean, we have crammed so much telescoping lenses into this little past like 3 minutes. Ron Friedman must have loved telescoping lenses. He's like, they come down all the time.
Let's just give everybody the ability to see further than they can see normally.
If I had them, I'd just always have them on.
Oh, well, these you can't even like find the toilet. But that's
It's like when you see those old ladies out in public that just had like cataract surgery. They've got those big shades on.
Yeah,
Do you ever see that?
I love seeing those ladies.
I love those ladies.
Terminator shades.
Yeah. This is also a problem that we're about to see, like at 12:44, 40. Yeah, here we go, 46. Is she seeing through the wall? Because there's no way she can have this vantage point.
No.
Oh, and this is again where Starscream is again.
So I will say this to your. I had the same thoughts you did about Starscream being everywhere at once. We don't know that you
That's
can't
true.
prove that Starscream.
You can't see the
colors. Could be
colors.
Thundercracker or Skywarp. It's definitely not one of the Coneheads because they don't have the stylized wings.
Right.
But I would assume that it should be Starscream because Starscream was dogging them earlier.
Right.
But then we saw Starscream dog the other guys.
I mean,
so unless he's just haphazardly just flying around and shooting randomly at whatever.
He's a wild card. He went in and he shot at, and maybe it's because in video games, I know you fly like those Star Wars video games. You fly past your target and you're like, oh, I'll shoot it up this and go and circle back and
Granted,
these guys.
He is a jet.
That's true.
Yeah.
He can get around pretty.
So
He can find targets. He's nimble.
Yeah.
Do
Hundreds
whatever.
of miles an
it's
hour.
true. And also to this point, there's no proof that Thundercracker and Skywarp are here. We see we see some of the Coneheady guys, but we haven't seen Skywarp or Thundercracker. Although,
But they are
We
there.
do see them later on
Yeah,
during
they're 100%
Galvatron
there.
sequence, so they're around. Never mind. But
I will say also to your question about RC.
And Dirge is there too. I'm sorry.
About RC's visibility, she's obviously using the same kind of video technology that Laserbeak was using when he was spying.
You know, I did think
fine.
one of my thoughts was,
We've accepted that.
is she tapping into a security camera?
She's tapping into the cameras that are being used to film this movie. I said the same thing about Laserbeak.
That's right.
Why can't you guys get behind that with me?
this fourth wall breaking thing is
Yes.
is pretty unique to this movie. So these guys are getting shot at, and he grabs her again, Caleb.
By the wrist.
He grabs her again. He's like,
Not
we can't
cool.
deal with this. We've got to transform the city.
That
These
is-
guys are grown-ups.
Yeah,
Let's go
he
to
got straight
So
up
either way,
pulls her
there is a
along.
level. We talked a little bit about gender roles on a previous episode, but
You won't see
She
that.
is treated with those kind of like
Yeah. Yep.
1950s
Yep.
style kid like
It's-
kid glove men
she
know
needs-
best.
she needs
You
to-
gotta stop it with your emotion. We got to transform the city and
Yeah.
get things going. Like, this is not the place
There
for
needs
this
to be like a
conversation.
male motivation.
But,
Yeah.
Let's
it is
acknowledge-
weird to watch.
Let's acknowledge it. You will not see that. I hope you would not see that in animated things these days.
No, I wouldn't think so.
You get people that they get raked across the coals.
Yeah, there was one thing I was oh gosh, what was it?
I will. I will say.
can you
I
go back a little
will.
bit?
I
I'm
will
sorry.
acknowledge it is nice, at least, that they did introduce a female Transformer.
It's weird though.
It's not the first. She gets credit for being the first female transformer, but she wasn't. Though it's
Alita
weird.
1.
All over the well, there's
Who's
Alita
Alita
1.
1?
There was a group. There was an episode where these female transformers were harassing Shockwave. He was like, female transformers, and it was a
Really?
big deal about female transformers.
Oh, really?
Coming and stealing in it. They were like hijacking some energon from Shockwave. It was the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
your
I can't
favorite guy, Shockwave.
You know, at least one.
So it's like-
at least one of them had a name, Chromia, and I can't remember. I'm sure they all had names.
Check that out.
But it was like
sounds
that was
fascinating to me.
truly. I don't know if that or the Alita 1 thing came first, but there have essentially been female Transformers from the beginning. Not that they've been given the opportunity for character development as much as RC has been.
It's so
but,
weird.
Had been rather
Because they don't fuck. So like,
that you know of.
I guess.
I think it. I don't know. I don't understand the. I haven't read. I've said this multiple times, so I apologize. The IDW comics expand upon the dynamics, the relationship dynamics of Transformers in a way that that obviously the cartoon never touched on.
Yeah,
It was
they
meant for
probably
kids.
fill
Those
in.
comics are more meant for older people.
Right.
And in fact, I think there would be what you might consider homosexual relationships in the IDW comics, like the character, and I haven't read them. I barely know this, but I know that the character of Brainstorm and I think Rewind. So Brainstorm was a headmaster in G1. I don't know if he's a headmaster in IDW, but also Rewind, one of Blaster's tapes, apparently have some kind of conjugal arrangement together that is.
Casey Kasem breaking in once again with your Transformers corrections. The Autobot Aaron is actually thinking of is Chrome Dome, not Brainstorm. As per usual, these fuckwits can't be trusted to know anything. Say, listeners, here's a shout out from yours truly. Does anyone know how to exorcise a spirit from eternal servitude? Because if you do, there's one fella that would be real happy for the favor. As always, keep your feet on the ground, and I hope these three guys drown real slowly, being waterboarded by their own urine.
Probably not considered. It may or may not be considered homosexual. It might be considered like when, from a robot standpoint, they're just in a relationship.
Yeah.
And there's a word for it. I can't remember what it was. I read about it, but a word for like that they are like bonded together.
Interesting.
In a romantic-ish way. Now that's all like has nothing to do with this because it's evolved levels beyond this movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the comics is fun too. That, like they take it's like it seems like they're written by guys like us. They're like, oh, we love this, and we're expanding upon it, and we're filling in the gaps of shit that didn't pan out.
Precisely. We were talking gender roles. It's weird.
They're transformed. Yeah.
And
then
then
they
here's
go
where
and
they
transform the city.
I love the transforming of Autobot City. Glowing things.
Yeah, well, huge,
more
like,
glowing things.
Huge-
Yes.
Well, you know by the way that they've illustrated those are important components that have that mean
And we'll get
it's
into it
like,
in the next
you know,
minute.
They might as well push a giant red button. I mean, that's what they're doing.
And maybe
They're literally transforming something.
yeah,
to get
and
it.
maybe this is the like pre-version of the transformation cog that the city.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch. The Scramble City is on a so I have a couple versions of Transformers the movie, and Scramble City is included as a bonus feature on one of them, and I'm almost positive that Metroplex transforms as a character there, but yet in the show after the movie he can't transform. I mean, this leads me to believe that the city does not have sentience.
Right.
They have to.
Right. It's
they have
just
to
a city.
pull
It's
some levers.
It's just mechanics
and
yeah.
make this happen. And this is only the first of the levers they're going to have to pull to make this city go down. But so that basically brings the on-screen minute to a close.
RC does not have back.
Honestly, that's something that the fandom is irritated about. Not on screen. Actually, it's in the interpretation of RC as a toy character. So, as a kid, RC was never turned into a toy. The G1 doesn't have an RC toy.
Really? Right.
I have a version of RC. I believe she's down there doing some kneeling.
They never put out an RC toy?
They never put out an RC toy. So the Generations version of the character is just down there. There's several third-party versions of the character coming out as well. But I think the thing that I've read that the fandom is irritated about is that they make her too curvy. Like this is like almost a sexist interpretation of the character because she does have a round booty.
She does.
She's a robot. Like here, she's a robot, right? And she has legs. She has round legs, round arms. I mean, she has feminine features. But some people would argue that this is too feminized. Like,
that's ridiculous.
Now you're just trying to create something for us to jack off to. I guess.
I don't know that I agree with that. If she's supposed to be a woman, which she clearly is supposed to be a female Autobot, why not give her curves? Like,
no, I understand that, but I think most people, I guess this is more like an outfit for battle, and this is more like a swimsuit kind of thing.
I don't know that I agree. We'll take a picture of this RC and put it up on Facebook and
she is,
Instagram,
you could argue, certainly more humanoid in her interpretation.
Yes, although I would say also, I mean, they don't go to the extent of giving her like tits. I mean, it's still.
She has an upper shelf like.
But
it's a bust.
But I guess Shockwave has bigger tits than that.
To make her more in line with the movie, I suppose you would, and I don't know, might have something to do with transformation as well. Like, I mean, you might do some more angular parts.
This is a good opportunity. We do have I think a pretty good female listening base, and I would like to hear some feedback from our female listeners.
How do you feel about RC?
How do you feel about RC?
In terms of Transformers, is there sort of a glass ceiling busting element to RC? Because in modern, again, going back to the IDW situation, there are more Transformers that are inspired by feminine gender roles that were not in part of G1. They've just been created. There's a whole combiner that is composed of 5 female characters that turns into one giant. And so again, and this is said without an understanding completely of how the IDW series handles gender roles within Transformers, but there are more female-centric characters in that universe than there are in this universe. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't remember if they introduced any more female roles in after
I don't think so.
So yeah, but Transformers does have a great human female, real world female following. So and it maybe doesn't even matter to them.
And that's like the YouTube thing I fell down watching with the Diaclone stuff. Watching collections was a woman who loved Transformers and collected all that stuff. And yeah, it's something that is classically thought of as a male thing, but yeah, there are plenty of women.
Some of the greatest comic artists that are doing Transformers today are females as well. So this isn't a place to talk about what females' roles, in real world roles are, but I'm just really curious, due to the fact that it has historically been such a male centric. I mean, obviously it was targeted towards boys. But how does that work? I don't know.
Let's keep it simple, like Ryan said. We would like to hear. It doesn't have to just be our female constituency.
We might need to summarize this into wholes.
We'd like to hear what you think about RC from a gender standpoint.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to get into the voice actors real quick, and I'll try and make my way through this quickly. I've actually got another 2 pages of notes. Perceptor.
Yes.
Paul Eating is the name of his voice actor. Perceptor was his only robot character on the Transformers. He also voiced a character named Deceptitran, Eurythmian Communicator, and he was an old man in Madman's Paradise, so he played some non-robotic characters. Oh, somebody named Scrawny from an episode called The God Gambit, and Z-Bob Scandana. That has to be Douglas Adams' influence. Douglas Adams, Douglas Arthur.
Douglas Adams.
Douglas Adams, sorry.
What was the name?
Z-Bob Scandana. Other shows he was on, Ben 10, Cow and Chicken, Toxic Crusaders, The Jetsons, lots of video game work. Probably his most well-known, Colonel Roy Campbell from Metal Gear. Maybe I'm the only one among us that
I don't remember that character.
He's the colonel that's always chiming in.
Oh,
Snake.
Snake. Oh, in the original,
Don't do what you're doing.
in the original NES.
No, there was no voices on the original NES.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
It's all
starting
text.
with the PlayStation.
You idiot.
Idiot. Come on.
Dummy.
It's Metal Gear.
That's right.
Dumbass. Live action. He's been on such shows as CSI Miami, ER, Tales from the Dark Side, Star Trek Next Generation,
Hey.
and
Hey.
Cheers.
Oh,
We all love
two
that.
of my
Oh,
favorites.
cool. He's done some cool shit.
That's right. We are now we like him.
Now we like him all of a sudden. Did we ever dislike him? Springer. A gentleman by the name of Neil Ross, born in London, England, UK.
Really don't you don't say.
I do not.
Sorry.
I do.
Wow.
Hey, you don't say.
I believe the reason.
cut all that
I'm
out.
assuming the reason that Caleb is enjoying himself so much. We have a lot of UK people that are listening to the show.
We do.
By the way, I love that.
I've been
Yeah,
very
it's great.
pleased. Like with our Twitter following, we get a lot of people from Britain. We've got a pretty good amount of people from Canada, and we have a lot of
Ladies.
Ladies, yeah. And
Yeah.
so I really, really, really am happy with the diversity that we
great.
have, geographically and gender.
Yep.
So Neil Ross, born in London, England, UK. Springer was his most popular character, but he also did Bone Crusher, Crosshairs, Hook, Six Shot, and Slag, as well as a couple others. Some non-Transformer characters. G.I. Joe, you guys will like this. He
Yeah.
did Shipwreck.
I love Shipwreck.
That's the best. He was the best
This
character.
is now my favorite.
Well, he
guy
was essentially Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
from the last detail.
Oh, was that what it is?
So there was a Jack Nicholson movie in the early '70s called The Last Detail, and he plays a Navy guy that him and another gentleman. It's a good movie. Him and another gentleman go to. They're like military police, only they're like they're Navy military police. What they do is they go take custody of a Navy guy that is going to be court-martialed, and they're taking him to his court-martialing because he went AWOL.
Gotcha.
The guy that they're court-martialing is Randy Quaid.
Oh, wow.
And so it's all about their experience moving this guy, taking him to trial.
I'm sure they become sympathetic to him,
You know,
perhaps.
to a certain level. It's his last detail.
It's weird not knowing anything about that movie, but yet it was still obvious. It speaks to how every role Jack Nicholson does is a variation of Jack Nicholson, because that character of Shipwreck is so Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
He also did Keith from Voltron, some voices, Jim and the Holograms. This guy also has Metal Gear history. Metal Gear Solid 3, Volgan. Lots of voiceover roles, cartoons, video games. In live-action movies, Neil Ross, the voice of Springer, they often use him. It's funny, they use him as narrators or radio announcers. So he even is a voiceover guy when he's in live-action movies.
He's
so,
like, yeah, you got a face made for radio.
in
guy.
Back to the Future 2, in Dick Tracy, Gremlins
Back to the
2,
Future
Quiz Show, he plays like radio guys.
That's
you don't see his face.
That's cool. He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in a lot of stuff, and we talked about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure a couple of times as a Dino De Laurentiis thing, but also Frank Welker did the voice of Station. Well,
Station.
You'll recall there are two stations, and Mr. Ross does the voice of one of the other station. So those two guys
Nice.
have
Yeah,
been
it's
jamming
so-
it together forever.
It's such a small community.
Small community. So let's talk about Susan Blue for a second.
Let's do.
She did. Susan Blue, if you'd like to talk about gender roles in Transformers, please
Call
reach out
in
to
now.
us at autopoddecepticast@gmail.com. If a female voice is needed in the series, she was basically the go-to. So in addition to RC, she also did another female robot named Beta, who was a partner to Alpha Trion. So I guess this does answer our previous question. We were saying, were there female robots in Season 3? And I think this was a Season 3 episode because she and Alpha Trion, they told a backstory of how they freed the Transformers from the Quintessons, who we come to learn later on are the robotic creators of the Transformers.
Well, and Alita 1, like I was saying, was it must have been a Season 2 episode because it was with the aerial bots. And Alita 1 was Optimus Prime's girlfriend whenever he was
I'd have to rewatch that episode. Do we just think she was his girlfriend, or was it overtly like...
I mean, maybe I am
making
projecting.
out
I'm
in a
like,
movie theater?
maybe I am like, oh, they're just saying, gosh,
Everybody
yeah.
thinks of him that way, so I don't
That's
think
true.
you're wrong about that.
So maybe I am just like
a lot of
projecting,
questions in this episode.
projecting of like, oh, it's a male and a female together. They must be dating. But it was before he became Optimus Prime, whenever he was still Orion Pax.
Okay.
And they were made. He was made in Optimus Prime, and Alita. I can't remember her name before, but she was made into Alita 1, into battle-hardened forms.
Susan Blue was also Marissa Fairborn, popular character on the show. Karen Fishhook, Michelle, who is some random production assistant. She also voiced RC in Transformers Animated, totally separate show, totally different universe. But and Beast Wars, she had some roles. Tiny Toons, The Simpsons, DuckTales, My Little Pony, Jem, among many, many others, including that weird animated Ghostbusters that was not related to Ghostbusters as we know. Not the one that had like Peter Venkman and Slimer.
It's called Ghostbusters, but they're in like a weird wagon or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's called Ghostbusters. That's why the show that we all know as Ghostbusters, quote unquote Ghostbusters, is called The Real Ghostbuster.
Oh, really? Okay, we'll have to dive into that lawsuit.
Because I think it was a Hanna-Barbera vehicle.
Perhaps. So she was involved in that Ghostbusters.
Sure.
And live roles: Three's Company, Knight Rider, Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood.
I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
Well, do you recall who she plays? Or
What's her name?
Susan Blue. She's a woman.
I mean, she must be.
Maybe
she must be the mom in that then. I'm not for sure. The name doesn't ring. Yeah, look it up.
Caleb is so done.
I'm fine. I'm cool.
Okay, I thought you were out of.
No. Keep going.
I'm just looking real quick.
I'm always just amazed at how the diversity these people have.
Yeah.
She was on Knight Rider.
Incredible.
What was the earlier sitcom she was on?
Yeah, she's the mom.
Oh yeah.
Amanda Shepard. It looks like she dies.
She does. She does.
What a cool career, though. What a cool career to have, to be able to do all this different stuff.
I know, it's amazing, because the guy, she does die because the guy from Weekend at Bernie's, whose name I can't remember, plays her daughter's psychiatrist, and he is, it's an awesome picture of him, right there, yeah. He shoves her at Jason to save himself. And he's also a terrible person.
That's why this happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If you Google Susan Blue Friday the 13th Part 7, you'll see her murdered by Jason.
Friday the 13th Part 7, I love because it's the only one where another paranormal ability comes in, because her daughter is telekinetic. And she kicks Jason's ass with her telekinesis. Awesome. And it is fucking awesome. Probably my third favorite Friday the 13th movie.
So she's rocking and rolling in the 80s.
Yeah.
Rocking, rolling. So
Susan Blue.
So in the next episode, guys, we've got the transformation of Autobot City. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can talk more. Is it Metroplex? I don't know. Maybe we can try and find some evidence one way or the other before the next
I should look that up.
Maybe more about how many Autobots are here, how many Decepticons are here. We're going to see some more running around. How outnumbered are these guys really? I have in my notes here, is RC supposed to be somebody's lady friend? But maybe we'll see more evidence of that in the next episode. So I think that's it. You got anything?
No, I think we've covered it.
I'm good.
Caleb Carter?
Yeah.
I'm good.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been a really long one.
Yeah. We're all in this together.
Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Have fun with that one.
Yeah.
And there it is. I hope you enjoyed this first time capsule of our original run celebrating a movie that meant a lot to us as kids, and still does. I've told this story before, but I never got to see this in theaters when it came out, not like Mike Seibert, who got to see it twice. The first time I saw it was on VHS. My mother worked in a video store at the time, Diamond Video in Nixa, and I got that thing all the time, which... Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I don't think anyone ever bought that for me as a kid. No wonder I'm so disaffected now. Well, also because of the state of the United States and the world in general. My first big screen viewing was a Fathom event in 2018. 2018, I think, whenever the three of us went to go see it. And Fathom is obviously doing a run of Transformers the movie this year for the 40th, September 17th through the 21st. And I'll put a link on our episode webpage if you want to check it out, where it's showing near you, or you could just Google it. So if you enjoyed this, I invite you to visit our extensive back catalog of over 260 episodes available everywhere you get your podcasts. I'll be putting these compilation celebration episodes out every week, and when we start recording again for new episodes, those weeks will get 2 releases. You are welcome. So, should you like us and wish to show your support, the simplest way, give us a review. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, sub on YouTube. We have a Patreon, several levels of support. The booty box starts at the $5 level, which we are currently working on. We know we owe you guys one. That's patreon.com/APODcast. Merch at autopoddecepticast.com/store. You could buy us a drink. If you have a cocktail that you would like to have featured on the show, just send us $5 hairs on PayPal at APODcast. Tell me in the notes what you would like me to make, and I will make that on a future episode because I cannot make it on a past one.
Thirsty, money, buy us a drink. Buy us a drink.
And there it is. I also mentioned before we do a little thing called Doe for Joe, where you can commission us the Joe episode of your choice for $75 at APODcast on PayPal. Also, we have a couple coming up on the docket. When Aaron gets settled, we can get back to our regular schedule. Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, all of them at APODcast. And if you become a patron at any level, you have access to the notorious APDC Discord, which is where we're definitely the most active, social media-wise. Supplemental materials, videos, links to references, and other varieties of fun can be found at this episode's page, autopoddecepticast.com. And as always, pistols at dawn. Bye, bye, bye.
Cells is the sponsor of Autopod Decepticast. Yes, 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 yes.